Welcome to Dice Revolution, our 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons stream. We are once again down Stuart, and Olivia will be joining us at a later time. But in the meantime, we're joined by Hamish, Devin, Rain, Jordan, and Colin. I believe someone has to give a board/video game.
I would assume that. I didn't do it yet, but I would guess that it's gonna be Aether.
Yeah. Well, I'll give my recommendation at the end of the stream. Is there anything else we need to do?
I don't think so. I think we're ready to go.
In which case, let's just jump in to a recap. Last session, the party split into two. Again. And
Get
almost
used
three.
to it.
The former half of the party, which I believe consisted of Aligala, Mithali, Davio, and Avian, they head off to a communications post where they try to get into contact with Dr. Lint after having investigated the scorched body that had the threat inscribed into it. They were able to get communication through which Avian saw this interesting scene play out where the body that initially housed Lint came to pass, and the consciousness was transferred into the paramedic that helped him up. The other half of the party, led by Yvelda's patron, were led to believe that they had to save someone. They found themselves at Dr. Lint's mansion, where they met a young houseboy by the name of Tomas. They intimidated him into letting the other half of the group in, where they found themselves investigating quite thoroughly the estate that they found themselves on. They learnt of Dr. Lint's worsening mental condition, and amongst other tidbits, and they reconvened as a party within the core district, where Mithali was overcome by a intrusive presence from Dr. Lint. A brief scuffle was had, where a very clutch, I believe command or suggestion, one of the two. Suggestion was placed upon Dr. Lint, and he promptly exited, relinquished control to Mithali again, and transferred into another body, heading off, disappearing into the crowd. We pick up our session with the six of you, including Abra, though not present at the moment vocally, in the core spire of the city, having just decided that you probably want to look into some armor options for
Avian.
Still getting used to everyone's character. I still look at you and I go, Tyler?
It's doubly hard because it's
two characters. But yeah, so it is currently, I'd say, about mid-afternoon, early evening, on the day following the explosion in the city, the 22nd of the 4th. You guys have just exited the initiative that we were in, the scuffle with Dr. Lint. Interesting revelations were had. You guys talked about your group dynamic, your Yvelda's aversion to doing anything outwardly illegal for personal selfish gain. Some boundaries were set up. Some discussions were had on Abra not wanting to be treated like a kid, and so on and so forth. And we find ourselves on this street intersection with kind of steampunk-esque vehicles buzzing around you, airships flying overhead, a lot of the city's rebuilding efforts in full effect. What do you do?
Well, I do not know this town. I do not know where the armory would be. Who does?
Would I have any idea?
Yeah, the two of you would know of a few places. There's more there are a few places. There's places that are more like very much decorative armor. It's not really protective per se. It's more like, ooh, look at me, I'm wearing armor, like the rich person armor.
Cosmetic.
Yes. There's heading towards the more the outer reaches of the city. You'd find the more functional armorers and blacksmiths in the cogs and the sprawls. That sort of location would have a more diverse array of options for your perusal.
Wait, where did you say that was?
In the cogs.
In the cogs, in the cogs, in the sprawls, that sort of direction.
Oh, you're going to the scrolls.
All right then, Avian.
Yes.
Have a look around.
I bit my tongue. Oh, ow. Anyway,
Have a look around.
it's not my tongue. I'm not used to it.
If there's anything you'd like the look of, lead us over there. This is your adventure after all.
Well, my concern is, well, this would not be my money I am spending, whatever it is. I can tell you what I believe to be the strongest armor, but I do not know if it would be within our price range.
I'm not entirely sure personally. However, what I am sure of is that we need to get you as far away physically from our friend Lint as possible. We need something that covers all of you.
Very well. Well, then, I would like to look through some of the offerings that are there, and I'm looking for full body shit and stuff, as Ale said, that covers all of us and or all of me, and I also just like have a I have a compulsion towards like really sturdy looking, like good quality armor. So
Right, so actually the third location that you could go to, which is a bit closer, is probably the Exchange, which is more like a massive like shopping district where like everything and anything gets sold. So which way are you heading?
it's like a market.
It's a massive it's a massive market essentially.
Got it.
So those are the three locations. Where do you want to go? The cogs, the sprawls, or the Exchange?
Is the Exchange like still, even being a market, still like official stuff, or is it like, you know, a market where they sell, you know, fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you know?
A combination of both. There are like notable establishments there that have like years of tenure and like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're known for their quality goods, and then there's like street vendors that are like, come buy my Adidas jacket that definitely wasn't duplicated in a sweatshop.
Yeah. Some parts are like Bali. I mean, I would be drawn towards the market, to the Exchange.
Well, yeah, that's good because
Good leg is cheap.
It is very close.
That is true.
yes, because so you guys are currently in the core district, and the Exchange is about like northeast, of just about 10 minutes walking. So as you guys start heading over, you can already see that the buildings are transitioning from like these tall, opulent structures built with a great deal of architectural thought in mind, to more like almost cloth tents and like smaller shops and frontages. You come to a like a little strip of various armor smiths and whatnot, and you can just hear the kind of like very predictable clanking of hammers against anvils and whatnot. You can see that there's to your left there's like a shop that seems to have like a whole bunch of mannequins, and there seems to be like this hefty like line of people that are swinging away at this mannequin wearing armor.
Is there any that I'm drawn to that look also like it is from like sort of crafted closer to when I was in war, like so look actually familiar to me, as well as being maybe well maintained?
I'll make an investigation check.
Investigation. That is 17.
17. You see some along this strip that seem to have a decent bit of wear and tear built into them, and they've just been like mended and repaired over time. If that's seeks fancy, you can definitely inquire with him.
Yeah, I approach it and I just like gently rub a finger along it, picking up any if any possible dust that might have gathered. I'm looking at it and I look to the shopkeeper and go, "When is this from?"
This one here is from. Seen quite a deal of conflict. I think it's from. He kind of checks the inscription on the inside of the armor. About just 6 or 7 years ago now. It's been mended to the best of our capability. It is a bit run down, but this piece in particular is on sale if you so wish to buy.
Yes, it is run down, but still sturdy. That is admirable. Are you the one taking care of this?
Yes, this one here and the other pieces are within my purview.
Very well done. The braces could use some work, but this one impresses me. How much is this going for?
This one here is going for 35 gold.
35 gold for the whole.
Yep, it does have a mechanical disadvantage for being that cheap.
That. But only 35 gold. How much gold do I have? I mean, I don't have 35 gold.
You have none because you put all of it into the phone pool.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
That's
think.
correct.
Yeah, we all, the three of us.
Yeah.
Spend all
Yeah.
my gold.
Yeah. Didn't someone else steal a bunch of money last session? I'm not sure if we knew
One
about
of the people
Yes,
isn't
the one
here.
person who isn't here.
Yippee! And yeah, didn't. Oh well, she showed it to us.
Who has any gold to give?
I have two.
I have 123 gold. Do not know where that came from.
You got
yeah,
you got a
like-
bursary from
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the army.
Oh yes,
your
yeah.
allowance.
it.
Well,
You got your pension.
Well, Ale, what was your plan from here?
I was under the impression that someone else might have had some money.
look no further.
With, oh,
Your voice kind of pipes up from nowhere.
you just rise out of the ground.
Yeah, just rise up. Alright. Well, if you like this armor, I'll get it for you.
Oh, that is very nice of you.
And this isn't armory exclusively.
They have specifically armory. They have some not they haven't crafted it, but they have reclaimed some weapons and tried to fix them up best they can. So they have some broken or in repair weapons as well, but mostly armors. And you can see that the line that was forming here, you can see there's a little sign above that says, "Come test out wares. Take your finest swing at this piece of armor that they've crafted."
Alright. I'll get you that. And I might take a little look at some of the weapons you got me.
Of course.
As long as
Go
I'm
right.
not interrupting any discussion about the armor or anything.
No.
What sort of weapon are you after, miss? Swords, axes, flails?
It's been a while since I've had, a good sword.
Long sword, short sword, saber?
You know what? Let's go for... Is a longsword a simple weapon?
A long sword, I believe, is a martial weapon.
What about the great sword?
Are great swords simple weapons?
Okay, so it's a martial
But
Jordan's ready
I
to
like
swing.
I like great swords.
they're pretty great.
Short sword is a simple weapon. And a rapier is a simple weapon? No.
No.
A rapier is finesse.
They're short swords simple.
Thanks,
Alright.
There's a sickle.
Yeah, simple
in terms
weapons
of,
is
in terms
like,
of slashing weapons,
like rock.
simple.
rock pointy stick.
Club, dagger, great club, hand axe, javelin, light hammer, mace, quarterstaff, sickle, and spear for simple weapons. And then ranged weapons, simple ranged are sling, shortbow, dart, crossbow.
Right. Well, do you happen to have any, let's go for first arm. Damn, this sucks. What about a light hammer?
Yeah, we can definitely get you one of those. That will run you.
Ding.
I wonder.
Bonk.
That will run you another 5 gold for that one.
Oh, I see. Can I check the condition of it?
Yeah, that one seems to be in good keep. It's not like an amazing weapon by any means, but it seems to be well made. It seems to serve its purpose as a weapon to bonk people with.
I hope I'm not getting too meta here, but is there any potential for me to upgrade it at a forge, make it better?
Definitely, everything can be upgraded with time, money, and resources.
Three things we don't have. No, the three things we don't have.
Well, I grabbed the armor everyone's after and the light hammer. Put on my camera. Just these ones today, mate.
Alright, of course. Kind of like, yeah, so just mark off 40 gold. So for the armor, it's full plate. Jordan?
Sorry. I replied to someone and then I was thinking about the question they asked me. It's full plate.
It's full plate, but a 19 or a 20 on the dice is a critical against you.
Oh, okay. High crit range.
Not bad.
That's a yeah.
You'll take that for 35
Here-
gold.
Well,
Anyone with silver
but
barbs
remember I'm in the body of a wizard.
Yes.
Like, so it is kind of bad. Like, crits could kill me.
Yeah, but regular hits can also kill you.
Yeah.
2 regular hits can also
It
kill
costs
you.
like 1,000 normally?
It's 1.
No, I know. I mean, it's.
Oh no, I lowered the
it's-
prices of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Base, because otherwise crafting them becomes like a chore.
It's fun. Full plate's meant to be hard
And we've
to
gone
get.
through some wars lately, so there's armor to
yeah.
spare.
Yeah.
So cool. Full plate, but 19
And
or
also, yeah,
20.
the supply, as Jordan said,
Yeah.
the supply of armor is great in great quantity because a massive war between Arin and Zoran
supply
is...
of imperfect armor specifically as well.
Yeah.
Does it look like he like crafts things here? I'm looking specifically for like wood scraps.
There's like offcuts of material, but it's mostly metal. There is a little bit of wood, but it's like nothing bigger than this maybe.
I'm a child. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll just go. Just grab like a kind of almost hilt-sized like piece of wood. How much is this for sale? Do you need it or?
Just think.
Okay,
I'm
thank
not
you.
in need of that. Thank
Free
you.
stick.
Free small stick.
Free stick.
So if you
The
get-
metal I'll melt back down, but the wood is all yours.
so
Does it look like decent quality at least? Or?
Yeah, it's offcuts of like a nice quality wood, but it is offcut. Yeah, it's got like knots in it and stuff that would lower the quality of the as like a crafted item, but for you.
Sorry if you don't mind me asking. Right, did you find out if he makes his own stuff yet?
I mean, it looks like it because there's like metal scraps and metal.
Yeah, there's
Little
like
scraps of
there's like
stuff.
an industrial kiln there, and you can see you can see that there's a smaller dragonborn kid that seems to just be plinking away at a small piece of metal that's heated up.
I see you make your own stuff at the forge.
Oh yes, we do. Yes.
You know, I think it's very admirable to see. I used to work at a forge, Below Cash Industries, called herself Industry, but it was just the one company, one store. But doesn't happen to be any other forges where I could work on my craft.
I'm not sure, given the recent events around the city, but there are usually like places that allow anyone looking to craft or build to rent out a space for this.
Oh,
That's fair enough, but thanks for letting me ask.
Of course.
Say this is armor you've seen before.
A little bit. I don't believe this doesn't look exactly like
No,
this one.
it's like-
this is a similar type to the types we would wear, but minor design differences. But anything to remind me of home, really.
Do you know where's this design from? Can you tell?
Can I tell?
Make-
Actually, if it's from anywhere except where I'm from, then I can't.
Yeah.
Is it so? No.
Well, are you deciding that, or are you saying that too?
I'm saying just like backstory wise that's the only armor I'm gonna know is from where. I'm
yeah.
from.
then
So
you
it's
don't
not from
recognize
where I'm from.
No.
Okay. No, sorry. I have a very limited expertise because I was sort of a soldier. I did what I was told. I did not look into things too much. So not quite an expert. They gave me certain armors and I got used to using them to their highest efficiency.
Are you saying you wouldn't recognize armors from where you were deployed, or from where you lived?
I would only recognize armors really where I was deployed.
Okay.
So in Naya.
Yeah, so with those two things and the scrap of wood acquired, is there anything else that you guys want to investigate?
Yeah, no, I take a little while like connecting all the bits of armor. Then I like stand and I'm like looking at a reflective surface, like checking it out and
How does it feel?
Isn't it like 3 hours?
on not for me. I look at it and I go, it looks a little strange on this body, to be honest. It does not look like he's accustomed to wearing this sort of armor. But it feels good.
That's all that matters.
Other
at the end
than
of the
it
day,
is-
isn't it?
More weight than I expected. Of course, do not have the muscles I had with my body, but honestly, the movement on it feels more natural.
At the end of the day, as long as you're feeling safe, and little else matters really.
Question. What exactly are you all going to do when Davio retakes this body and finds himself in a suit of armor?
We'll tell him it's for his own good.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. I do not want to be the reason you all get into trouble.
If nothing else, I've noted that Davio's of the self-serving variety, and I think that being properly protected is something that's well within his interests.
That makes sense to me. Hopefully it will make sense to him as well.
We can only hope.
I have a question, if you don't mind. Specifically related to you. I suppose my first question is, your name is Alegala?
Yes.
Is that one name or two? Should I call you Mr. Gala if I were to use a...
Not Mr. Gala. I need to look up what my last name is.
Oh,
because
I
wrote
see.
it a while ago. Hang on.
Galata.
Galata, that's what it was.
Galata? Oh, that is a strong name.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the universe.
I don't see the correlation, but okay.
I,
Appreciate the compliment.
yes. I
Yes, indeed,
also... You did not tell me this, but I have it in my mind, so I suppose you told Davio. You do not see things in the traditional way.
No, not really. It's becoming more and more apparent. I thought I was just a bit unique amongst my own people, but apparently it's more widespread than that.
So you see things that nobody else sees.
I see the nature of things and likely outcomes for what things could be, I suppose.
Do you understand the beauty of what you see?
I know nothing else. Just is how it is.
But surely there are things that you hear that are more beautiful than others, no?
I suppose so. I'd certainly miss it if it was gone, but as it stands, this is how I've been able to perceive the world my whole life.
What is...
Really isn't anything special. It's from a personal standpoint.
What is the most beautiful thing you have heard?
Most beautiful thing. Have you come across a substance known as Aether?
Yes, they would use that in war, would they?
It's used in war, and it's pretty well known. Like again, like it's one of the most. It's like fucking crude oil.
Yeah.
It's like a very vied after substance, and Arin currently has the monopoly on it.
I have never understood it myself, but
It's something that has so vast an array of applications that its potential is just... Imagine most things have a few different potential things they could become. So a small tree could become a large tree, could become a tree with fruits on it, I don't know. Could also become a couch. Also, I don't know. It sings the songs of those potentials. Aether, however, sings so many songs. It could become a vast array of different things, all at the same time, all equally likely. It's like a small mariachi band versus a full orchestra.
yes. So you hear the melody of potential. Well, what?
And I'm slowly learning to harness that potential, I suppose.
And also introduce someone to a husk of the songs. Don't tell them that business related to Aether.
No, I just... It's something I'd be very interested in working with, if I had the opportunity.
Just be careful.
Do you mind me asking? What do I sound like?
What do you sound like?
Yes.
What do they sound like?
Excellent question. The motif that you get from the individual before you is a dissonant one, but not dissonant in a way that like causes discomfort, but but the dissonance is more confusing, unsure. There are almost two melodies in different signatures and different keys that kind of clash against each other, and they both like rise and swell and fall and crest against one another, trying to be the dominant melody, but failing to do so. Just a constant tug.
It's hard to make out exactly what you sound like. You sing two different songs. One is yours, Avian, and the other is that of Davio's. It's very hard to make out anything distinct from either of you.
I suppose that makes it less beautiful.
If you say so. I don't believe so. It's interesting, if nothing else.
Can you tell when
Just so you know, I can't hear you, so probably the mic can't either.
Yeah.
nice. Can you tell when which one is conscious and which one isn't?
I wouldn't say your sense extends that far. It's
No.
yeah, it's more just like you can hear that there are two people because you know that there are two people. But if you didn't know that there was like a second persona buried within, you probably would be oblivious to its
Like
motif as well.
that dude's got a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah.
That is so interesting. I'm sorry for the interrogation. I just believe you are a very unique person and you should not let anybody else tell you any different. And uniqueness is a value to our society.
I strive to do my best. As we all should.
Yes, I agree. Well, we have covered me head to toe in armor.
Yes. You do look wonderful, by the way. No matter what you might say.
I do not know how to take that. This is not my body. But I suppose from you it is more about hearing my soul. So thank you.
You sound more like yourself, I suppose.
I just wish that you all could meet me instead of this.
Maybe one day we will. Who knows?
Let us not get ahead of ourselves,
No reason not to be optimistic.
Yes. So, where shall we go then?
Ultimately, it
We
is.
still have several hours until that spell shall wear off, and then possibly that man will come back for us.
Should maybe try to figure out a way to identify him
Yes.
with the time that we have. Though I can't think of any ways.
I cannot remember if we've asked, but were you conscious during that time?
That's like,
It was kind of like
I was in
a
Mania,
dissociative state. It was like you were observing yourself from like an outside camera perspective, looking like third person view. You were watching yourself do these things, but you weren't able to stop yourself from doing it.
it's like in a dream. When it's like when you know you're in a dream, but you can't. You still don't have a hand in what's happening. And when you're just about to wake up,
Not exactly the same, but very similar to what I experienced then.
interesting.
Mine sounds more foggy than yours does, so. Oops. Do not worry, I will find it later. I see. Okay. Well, we do not want that to happen to us. When he was doing that switching, I wasn't there. That was Davio, I believe. So I would not know. Did he touch people, physically, or could he touch their clothing? Would I be more safe in full body armor?
It was skin to skin.
There was physical contact.
Skin to skin. So perhaps I'm not the only one who should be completely covered.
He's not necessarily the one, well, none of us are the ones he wants. He only wants you, for whatever reason.
Well, what is a better thing to do than to take hostage the ones they have close?
This is very true.
I mean, not to say that Davio considers any of you friends, I do not sense that, but perhaps is the closest thing he has to them right now.
He's definitely going to use us to get to him.
It's just a matter of whether or not we can keep him subdued, I suppose. I mean, he can only possess one of us at a time, right?
We should think, we should hope. If he can create an army, then we are in real trouble. There is nothing
Yes.
we can do there.
Again, optimism.
Yes,
Let's stick to that one. He can only possess one person at a time.
indeed. What is the etiquette if one of us were to be possessed? What do the others do?
Whatever it seems to have worked.
I suppose so. I'm perfectly content being restrained or whatever else.
Yes.
It's like going to be
Is it possible, if he were to go into a person who is not quite as capable as you are, and then we were to restrain him, not give him contact to anyone else, is it possible he would be trapped within that body?
Quite possibly, yes.
There is a moral implication of perhaps we are then trapping the person that we are restraining. They are now stuck with someone else in their body, and they do not deserve that, but it is something that could be done in an emergency.
See, the nature of this doctor means there's always going to be at least one victim.
True. But is it our place to choose who that victim is? it were to be put in a toddler, easy to restrain, should we be kidnapping a child from their family?
We do not know if that would be permanent, and I think the toddler would do more damage to the family if it was possessed by those.
Yes, of course.
I think
What if there was someone, perhaps some breaking rules I've already put in place, but what if somebody that Dr. Lynch knows, and if he possesses that body, maybe it's different if it's someone he knows.
Different in what way?
Well, we're talking about some, like, kidnapping a toddler and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think that's a bit, well, what did I say?
I'd argue.
Not ethnic.
I'd argue that it only
We
looks
do not
like
know if this
kidnapping a toddler.
hypothetical toddler is ethnic or not. Perhaps they are, perhaps they are not.
You went to the house. We'd actually be kidnapping an old man playing dress up as a toddler,
Well, I was thinking
which puts him in the moral wrong, I think.
perhaps, but what if there's a little butler that lives in the house, and he's a small one. He's a real small one. Could have stepped on him if I wasn't looking at him. And I think maybe if we put some sort of leverage on Dr. Lin with a mate of his, little mate, maybe that'll change things. But I don't know. He's not a bad guy, but
Interesting. It is something to consider. Perhaps we do not know exactly the attachments that this man has. A lot of people, even some of the greatest monsters in the world, still have a heart somewhere inside of them. And unfortunately, emotions can always be exploited. So perhaps we can find something that is important to him.
Whatever can give us the upper hand going forward, but he doesn't seem like the kind of person to have personal connections if he's anything like Davio. If
As someone who is in Davio's body, there are certainly some feelings in there that are not as devoid as he makes them seem.
interesting.
Perhaps not with you guys, but I definitely feel, I cannot tell who, but there are emotional connections that are important to him. As I said, I believe even the greatest monsters have a heart somewhere. You just have to find it.
You think so little of Davio. That's amusing.
I'm going off of what you have all told me, and it does not sound pleasant. Plus, the letters I've got from him, filled with expletives.
From what you've been telling us, it seems as though you have more insight than any one of us.
To be fair, he does want to erase us, so
Yes.
what I was going to say is if we can get linked to possess this butler you speak of, and he isn't very capable physically, that could be treated as another prison. And so we figure out what else to do.
well, I don't know, just throwing something out there.
Yeah, it is a good idea to have. Well, I'm not sure exactly what we should do, but we should probably not be standing in large crowds when Lint could be any one of them. We should find a safe place.
Go for a nose now. Back to the... the pub's crowded as well, isn't it?
Should we go to a place he doesn't know, or should we go to one he does know? So
I know a place.
So that
Oh, yes.
Just follow me.
Okay.
And I'm going to, for some reason, she's going to subtly, but not subtly, lead everyone to Lint's place.
Okay.
By kind of like moseying
Move
around,
into his house.
kind of
It's the
pretending.
last place you'd expect to check.
Yeah,
his
kind of
own house.
pretending, but like also trying to see if like the earth will lead her back to like Lint's place and be like, oh no, place is right take a left. I don't know, what is the ground saying? We should go this way. She's
Roll
gonna
a survival check.
survival check.
Yeah.
Gets us lost. Takes us straight to Dr. Lynn's evil lair.
Have we established that she actually talks to the ground, or have we established that she's insane?
A 12.
Okay. Roll me a d8.
D8.
I'm willing to accept either. A lot of weird things have happened.
Where is that
8.
ball that I dropped? 8.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna slip on it and die.
It's gonna be fucking Looney Tunes.
Woo!
Could be anywhere in this room.
Could be you.
Ah well.
Okay.
It's underneath Hamish's chair.
Is it? Oh yeah. Hamish. Awesome.
You start trying to remember the way back to the Lynch residence, and you just kind of like confidently start leading. You start directing a left to then the second right, straight on ahead from there. The buildings start transitioning from the marketplace that you found yourself in down to more grander residences, and you're like, we're definitely on the right track. But as you continue giving directions, the buildings transition away from those sorts of residential buildings again to. Hi, Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
I've been here the entire time. I don't know what you're talking about. What I miss?
Nothing. You were here the whole time.
That is true.
Carry on, man.
I am now in full body armor, metal armor,
That's awesome.
plate armor.
So specific.
Yeah, you find yourself in like these vineyards and rows of trees, and you're definitely lost.
This is perfect. There do not seem to be many people around here.
Yeah.
Great idea.
It was an intention that was totally on me the whole time.
Are these grapes for free?
Is there only one way to find out? See if anyone tries to stop you.
Or is that? I am not so naive to think that is true, but I will be the one to test it if need be.
You might be happy to indulge as well.
I will pick a grape.
Divine security system.
Divine grab me and pull me in.
It only lasts for 7
Divine
seconds.
Groove starts playing.
I'll eat a grape.
You take a grape. You
You
eat.
eat the grape.
Is it a good grape?
It's a pretty good grape, yeah.
Well. Is mine good? Wow.
It's a good-
Riveting content.
I know.
This is the content that we get together for.
I know you've just gone here, but I need some help. You see your Yoda kind of go, oh, so my two good mates, Jacques and Alva, the ground has done some little pathfinding, but there's like a place I'm looking for, and I'm now trying to subtly, but probably also not, be like, where's the house?
A place we may or may not have been earlier today.
And I'm just trying to find my way back to do some business. We're looking for somewhere to go. Do you remember where we went?
It's that way, isn't it?
Shit, that way. The ground must be a bit sick today, having a bit of a sickie, so
It happens to the best of us, really.
yeah. Sometimes the rocks just turn a bit sick and they forget where they're going.
As a geologist, that is true.
There's lines in the rocks and
I
they
guess
get sick.
You can see that like
Fully sick.
further away from the city, like outwards from the center of the city, you can see like a series of barns and silos and like and the like.
There's a big billboard that says Lynn's house.
This way. Ding, ding.
In
Yep.
bright neon glowing sign, and you roll in that one on perception.
You reckon we're near the orchards, though?
The orchard. Oh yeah. These look a bit like orchards, don't they? And I pick a grape. I'm like, yeah. Orchards can be whatever fruit you want them to be. As long as they're set up in rows, because that's where an orchard is. She's the great. There's confidence.
I do not have enough education to know if you are telling the truth
Telling
or
the
not.
truth.
I believe anything you say.
She looks like surprised but happy at that.
Well, if we need to go to Lynn's place, we can just like maybe sneak over there.
That's right, we can.
I think this is a good plan.
Roll survival collectively.
Well, if you just give me a few seconds while I stretch, because I've been here the entire time, I will roll a dice for you.
Did you say we are going to sneak somewhere?
I guess so.
I am in full body metallic armor. It will be quite difficult
yeah,
for
roll
me,
your-
but
Well, that's what the tree cover's for.
the tree cover?
I guess I don't really actually know where we are.
You're
But-
in like a rows and rows of like a vineyard essentially.
I thought
Well-
the tree cover was a thing you had or something. I thought you were going to cover me with a tree or something.
No, but I could try.
Okay.
What you get?
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Oh, mine's gonna be lower than that, but let me log in like I've always been this entire time.
Absolutely.
That's my character.
Probably on average showed up. Anyways.
Back to normal, she's been weirdly quiet like
No, that's stealth. Survival's worse, that's a 6. You know, sometimes you just have to take in your surroundings. I've never been here before.
Okay. Avra points in yet another direction, and you're very sure that's the wrong direction.
And I just kind of like sweep. Yeah, that way.
The rocks are moving, the tectonic plates are kind of like shifting. So
Yeah, you see the edge is like.
Struggling.
If Elder causes an earthquake by not having good directions.
She's actively turning the tectonic plate around, so she doesn't have to move the whole
Yoshi
earth. That's my final form. Alright.
Well, if we head that way, I reckon we'd get there.
Yeah, alright. Let's turn our natural pathfinding on and go for another walk.
Okay, hang on. Alright, I'm ready.
Let's go. And I'm once again going to lead everyone astray.
Okay.
Astray, but in the right direction astray.
Yeah.
So you just continue booking it in the initial direction that Jart's
Yeah.
picked out? Okay, roll me a d8.
1. We die instantly. 5.
Okay. You start heading in the direction that Jart's prescribed. It takes you a bit longer than you'd like it to, but eventually you find yourself at the manor of Massimilian.
Alright guys, I think this might be the right place. I think I've seen this place before. I don't know.
That looks like the front door.
Yeah. Oh no! 2!
Two.
There's 2 doors.
Yeah.
There are 2 doors.
Well,
it's a double door.
technically, you took one off, remember?
Yeah, I tore one.
Yeah.
You can see where
okay.
like the hole where she's like cleanly torn the door.
Yeah, we worked out it was a
doors.
pull door.
I hate the
I
British.
see.
Maybe the other one works differently. I'm gonna try and aim to open the other door.
What did you say?
2 doors? I hate the British.
Goodness me.
I'm going to grab,
Why is that bad?
I'm gonna grab the other door and this time try to open it normally. But I'm assuming I tear it off its hinges.
It just comes off its hinges.
The other one was already open because there is no doors there.
Or it, you know,
You
this
could have
one,
walked around it.
This one I think is also a pool. Sorry, my bad. Just put it down.
Well, at least it matches now. That is good.
Symmetry!
Now we can. It's just a walk-in. Yeah.
like a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Walking
Dr. Lynn now
wardrobe.
accepts walk-ins. So kind of just go in.
Be careful if you don't know who's in here. Not us. No, you've been here before.
No one's in here except for my boy. And I'm going to take a stance on my
My excuse as a human in prison.
Thomas! Your assistance is needed once more.
Hello!
Yeah.
Oh no. Did you scare him away? I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe I've got it. Thomas, it's your friend Yavelda. Come back.
And your sibling, Afra!
You wait a few moments.
Do you reckon he's gone home for the day?
Or maybe. Maybe he got himself stuck up in a high place and he can't get down.
Hmm.
We can find.
I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on myself, and then go back to Cat and hop upstairs. And just have a little sniffle around, see what's
Make a perception check.
cracking. Advantage? That is a
Is that a
24.
one on one? No.
No, it's a 5.
Okay.
The other one. 24.
24. You look around the house. Nothing seems to have changed since you were last here, a couple of hours ago. Just with the notable absence of the little houseboy that maintained the place. Yeah, you guys called out a few more times, but to no avail. You didn't get a response.
Maybe this time he really is playing hide and seek.
Ivona kind of hides this like look of concern. She's like, he's probably just hiding, guys. Maybe we should take a look around.
Okay.
He's a little guy. He's very, very little, so you might miss him.
We should
And
do it
don't-
in teams.
We should do it in teams.
And he is not the Daenerys, or?
No, he's a little guy.
He's 10.
Right, well, yes,
Just don't step on him. It's very easy to make that mistake.
very well.
Can you?
Would I know what he smells like? Would I be able to
Vaguely.
track his scent?
In terms of tracking, roll a survival, just flat.
21.
His scent is just kind of where you interacted with him last. It's also a bit confusing because Yavelda picked him up quite a few times, so Yavelda also
Oh, I
has,
would be tracking around the outside of the
Ah,
house, because
there's lingering scent near the front exit of the house.
cool. I think I might just go and follow it. I don't split the party.
Yeah, I just hold out my morning star, and I'll just like slowly look around the bottom floor.
Now, the two of you seem awfully unconcerned. Was the door broken when you were here before? Or
Well,
someone burst in since you were last here?
Well, we tried to establish whether it was a push or a pull door, and Yvelda pulled the door, and the door came off. So that's kind of us.
Oh, of course. Right.
Yeah.
My apologies. I should have noticed that.
Sometimes push and pull doors just come off because they're not built properly.
Yvelda's pretty
Happens.
strong too.
Happens to the best of us. I understand entirely.
Wait a minute, you can like hear people's theme songs and stuff, right?
Yes, that's certainly a way of interpreting what I said earlier.
What is? Can you hear Thomas's theme song?
Can I? I've never met this
Oh, you've
person
never
before. I
met-
wouldn't be able to.
You've never met him, you've got nothing to go off of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Well, you know, maybe once you've met.
That
me-
would involve finding him first.
Let me just think about that a little longer.
I could certainly pick any of you guys if I lost sight of you.
Wait, actually,
It gets harder to make out specific things
take my
beyond only a couple of meters.
wait a minute. Take my question, flip it upside down, cut it, do it backwards. I've got a better way
Flip
to
it and
phrase
reverse
this. Yeah, flip it, reverse it. So you can understand all of our theme songs, right?
If you're close enough, yes.
So, do you hear another song that doesn't sound like us? Because now I'm like, that would make better sense.
There's no, like, people-like songs nearby outside of these plants.
That's a good point. How about we met links? Like, whether or not he's in a different body next time, would you be able to tell if it's linked?
I don't know.
Your sense wouldn't extend to that precisely. It's more of a vibe check more than like a ID. Like if when Lint was within Nithali's form, it still very much sounded like Nithali, the motif.
The intent's different though.
Yes, the intent's different, and intent is much more subtle and would require some sort of deeper insight check. But it still sounded like Nithali, just different.
A different pianist playing the same piece.
Yeah.
Well, less that, more the potential changes. Nithali is usually likely to do all manner of things. When Lint had them possessed, though, the potential changed. Nithali was up to something else entirely.
Jacques, eventually following this scent, you arrive about 5-10 minutes of walking to this lovely little like diner establishment, and you can see from the windows instead of in like the traditional suit like butler uniform, he's just in like waitressing outfit, and he's just running around taking plates.
Hustles, bro.
Yeah, this guy's a hustler. Yeah, he's just running around.
Oops.
Bussing plates.
He's not 10, he's just a 40-year-old halfling, like, single father of 5.
Oh, dear.
Does he look possessed in any way?
Roll an insight check.
Does he look possessed?
Nat 20 for a 26.
That boy can fit so much ghost in it.
No, not particularly.
And how old is he?
10 and a half.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll
He wasn't lying when he told you he was 10 and a
wander
half.
back. Yeah. I'll wander back then.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Keeping an eye out for any chocolatier adjacent people.
You'd probably find like
Something.
you'd probably find like one of those like haze chocolates-esque like finer establishments.
But no people that are chocolatier adjacent.
No.
Is to know that now that Lynx tried once to possess Davia and failed, he might be trying something else, some kind of long game. He might not be coming directly to us again.
Why are we here of all places?
Oh, you're back! Welcome back.
And is this outfit necessary?
Yes, don't take that off.
For your own protection.
You don't want. If you don't. I'm just imagining like with your intent of getting the armor. If you don't want to touch, just put Davy on a beekeeper's uniform.
This house is one of the least safe places I believe we could possibly be.
Would you have any better suggestions? Because
Anywhere else. We are in the house of the person who is trying to attack us right now.
We're not surrounded by thousands of people who can be in here.
But we are in his domain, somewhere that he knows better than anybody, and many people who are well versed in the arcane often also set up traps and security and monitoring in their own house.
Well, you have the capacity to scope out magical effects. Go on then, have a look around.
If I must.
I believe these three have already been here.
That makes me comforted.
Come
Susano! And I used it. Davio's arcane senses. Can I see any magic around?
Not any more than I previously described. I think someone did cast detect magic last time. Yeah, not any more than I previously described. There seems to be like an abjuration coating on any sort of like photo or like painting, I should say. Any sort of recreation of the family. Other than that,
I'm specifically going to, like, knowing my own tricks of how I would like hide security in like a lab and such. I'm going to like just try to like walk through scanning the house, just like looking around and seeing if I can find any.
If you're going to come
More
more,
secret
more
spots.
specifically, roll an investigation check. Sure. You get an advantage with detect magic.
Thank you. Dirty 20.
Okay.
No, sorry, 19.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything that you can figure out in the rooms, but the actual front precipice, the transition from porch to hallway,
Yeah.
has both an abjuration and a divination aura on it. But one thing you'd notice specifically being of a wizard
Yep.
is that the divination and the abjuration, the kind of auras they have like this almost like I'm thinking of an analogy, like almost like an interlacing artifact. like that's what you see. It's like you're watching this on like watching this through like a CRT filter.
Got it.
There seems to be like random other sporadic colors mixed in. Like there's like the primary vibe that you're getting is divination and abjuration, but then there's just mixed in illusion that, but like you don't see any illusory magic here.
Yeah.
But there's just an illusion aura. Then there's like then that illusion aura like flickers and becomes a transmutation aura. But the two primary ones are abjuration and divination.
Okay. Does it look any Does it look like similar to any like experiments I've done or anything like that? Have I seen this pattern before?
No.
Is it on all of them?
It's on any doorway that transitions from outside the house to inside the house.
There are certain patterns in the magic that I do not completely recognize, and that unnerves me.
At least you said that we bring some comfort knowing we've been here before. Every single room, top to bottom, checked by us. And there was nothing wrong with them. However, we're here because we're looking for a little someone that you may know. Not Lint, but his little mate. The little one. The really little one, Thomas. So we have a plan? But you're going to have to sit down for this one because I feel like you're not going to like it.
Do not bother telling me your plans. I want no part in them. Is there a part in it that I must play personally?
Well, we're going to try and like hold the little kid down.
You're telling me the plan. I do not want to know the plan unless I have to do something.
Well, you could do it if you wanted.
I do not want to do something.
Well,
Do you think I am capable of holding anyone down, even a toddler?
well, listen. If you put your mind to it and you put the grind to it, the grindstone from the forge, you can do anything.
Speaking of, this armor is not as heavy as I anticipated. I ordinarily should not be able to move around in this. That is something curious. Is there some way that this intruder within my body has somehow imbued me with some form of strength?
Potentially.
I am speaking aloud. I do not expect any of those answers from you. I will have to look into this more.
Okay. You return a few moments later, as I said, it was only like 5-10 minutes.
6:19, 6:20. Ready or not, here I come. Right.
Is that what you were doing?
I'm counting the
I
time.
thought you were doing something for your assignment or something, like you were trying to memorize something. So I was trying to like leave you.
No, I've just been trying to count for hide and seek.
I didn't want to like bother you and like mess up your thing. That's why I wasn't incorporating you within the roleplay at all, because I was like, I don't want to mess with what Olivia's doing.
It was very important. It's good thing you left him alone.
Your brother was also going to be like, I'm going to let her do a thing because once ready or not, here I come. I'll find him.
That little kid, I say little, but he's a bit bigger than me. He is currently working another job.
Whoa!
He's a little hustler, that guy.
You win.
Thank you.
So what you're saying is that he works 2 jobs?
At least, yes.
He's going to be working a 3rd one in a minute. Alright, we'll go find
I
him.
think
Would you like to go to his place of work and kidnap him in public?
I think that is not a good idea. I think staying here is probably the best option, because if we see someone come here, the odds that it is either him or Lint in someone else's body are
He's
very
not
high.
in the building.
No, he is like
Oops. Okay,
10 minutes down the road.
I did not know that. I thought Thomas was somehow still in the building, but he was like doing something
In a
else.
different outfit.
My mistake. That's my mistake as a
He's got a
player.
chef hat on his
He's
meal
behind
prepping.
one of the paintings, like just
Yeah.
a frame that he's got behind him.
So what you said is
Storyteller.
he's not in the house.
No, he's not.
Well, it appears I've led us all astray.
Is our plan to ambush Lint when he gets here?
Ideally, last time he got the drop on us simply because we couldn't see him coming.
How long has it been since the initial?
Since you first came in?
No, the
Since
first
you-
time
you
that
jumped
Lynn
over.
tried to.
Oh,
Couple
hour and
of
a half?
hours?
Hour and a half? 2 hours?
Well, he's not gonna come bother us for at least another 6.5 hours. So
Do we want to just sleep in his guest room then?
That could be fun.
I am
Sleep
being
over.
sarcastic, but I suppose that is always lost on this group.
his bedroom has a diary in it where he writes about the outside. We could read that.
Again, it makes it difficult.
Genuinely think this is the safest place to do that right now, because we won't be in contact with other people, and any other person can be linked.
Fine. If this is what you all think is correct, then we should do it. It is better to have a plan, even a bad one, than no plan at all.
And what would your plan be in this situation?
My plan would be to get the hell out of the city. To go to a different continent, to run from all of this.
On what? There was just a giant explosion in the city. Do you think the lines won't be kilometers long, or?
There has got to be ways out. There is no way that everyone is staying put. I'm sure if everyone puts their heads together, they could find transportation.
And with what money as well?
Well, the child has been flaunting a grand amount of money that they have stolen.
Well, I just showed it one time.
I was going to say, I don't think I did.
Also, I'd recommend my raft, but it could only fit me, so.
It's also quite possible that a number of proprietors of airships and other vehicles have perished in the explosion, leaving them more or less up for grabs.
You guys are very quick to poke holes in my plan, but we are standing in the house of the person who is coming to kill us, possibly.
Are there any traps in this house?
I do not recognize the magic on the entrances, so potentially.
If it makes you feel better, I understand being scared and wanting to run away from this. Because, yeah, it's a bit shit that this guy's coming after you specifically.
Yes, exactly. I am the one in danger here.
I have recently found no matter how long you run for, they tend to
Yeah.
catch up to you.
Audio.
What are your opinions?
Take him, like.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We're a team now, so we gotta work together.
Great.
I'm glad you agree.
Do you have any boundaries?
I have a headache.
I have.
I have a question, Davio.
Yes.
Would you like to maybe ease your mind, have a look at the boundary spells on this house and try to figure out what they are?
I can take some time to do that, since we will have to possibly be here for up to 6 hours.
Okay. I will help you then, in that case. I will start to ritually cast Detect Magic. Just look at a little runestone and
Detect magic.
ritually cast it.
Yeah, and if I don't know if it will help, but I'm also going to ritually be casting Aisha's identification to see if I can identify anything in this area as well. Look, I do. What exactly is your background? Why do you have this expertise that you have?
I'm good at finding things that are not naturally meant to be there?
That I do not believe is an answer to my question. Where did you come from? What has given you this expertise?
Fate.
You seem to be avoiding this question.
No,
I think
you
it's an
seem to be
appropriate
avoiding the answer.
Do you not believe in things that just kind of happen sometimes?
It is true that there are prodigies, but being prodigious does not give a skill set such as this without work and resources. It must have come from somewhere other than just you were born and you were smart.
Sounds to me like you might be a bit jealous, Davio. How hard did you work for your skills?
I worked impeccably hard,
Yes,
which
he's
is how I know that is how hard you must work. You were telling me you have no formal education. You did not have access to a large collection of subject matter. None of that.
No, I come from an island and I use stones carved with the old-style runes to cast my spells.
Come from an island. Which island? You do not know the name of your island.
I am 4 years old.
Yes, but that could be an excuse if you weren't doing all the other stuff you were doing and speaking with the vocabulary that you have been speaking with. I am 4 years old is an excuse for other 4-year-olds. You have relinquished that excuse with your expertise. So I ask again, you do not know the name of your island.
No.
Do you know where it is?
No.
How did you get here?
You fell through. Like a weird, what are these called?
Portal, a rift,
That's the one. I saw
something
it.
like that.
We saw it.
I said,
You came through a portal.
yes, I did not cast it. It was not for me.
How long ago was this?
2 days ago,
We do not wish to go back.
to my island.
Yes.
That was not where I was from. There was a step along the way.
You're not from the island.
Originally, yes, I'm from the island, but the portal itself is from the Fae.
So you were on the island,
Yes.
and then
And then I went to the Fae.
you were portaled to the Fae by a random portal, or you personally chose
No,
to
I
go
do
to
not
the Fae?
have that kind of power.
Okay, so the portal took you to the Fae,
Yes.
and then
And then I was in the Fae.
no, yes, but then how did you get here from the
A
Fae?
portal!
There was another portal, so there were two
Somehow, yes.
portals.
Yes.
Did the
Confusing
portals?
about the second portal?
That was never mentioned up until this point. We mentioned one portal up until this point. Did the portal look identical to the first portal?
Yes,
Yes.
How long between the portals?
you do not know.
I have no idea.
What do you mean you do not know? Was it within? Was it within a day? Was it within 10 years?
Do
It
you-
cannot be. You were 4 years old.
Do you know anything about the Feywild?
A little bit, not too much. I've never gone there myself.
They kidnapped you and then sent you somewhere else.
In simple terms, yes, probably.
And you are okay with this.
I'm dealing with it in the only way I can.
This is... It's related to all this.
I have no idea.
I see.
How is it that nobody in this room makes sense?
That means you don't make sense either.
I have an
beat me to it.
intruder within my body. Yes, I do not make sense either.
Well, then that means we're perfect then.
I think it's all part of a puzzle, and all the pieces are the other way around. She sounds so proud of that.
Irish just pointing and nodding like, yes!
But I started laughing before you said that because you also, Devin sounded so proud of that.
Because
Right
I'm
though.
emulating her.
Devin got the bit.
You're getting so into character.
I feel like, oh my
Told
god, this
Devin
bit
what
is
you
so
felt.
good.
I love
Oh,
it.
it's
Because
so
I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Perfect. She
amazing.
looks so proud of this analogy when she says it to you. She's like, You see?
I do.
But it's still a puzzle. This is not all the pieces are together. It's not.
Thank goodness the helmet is covering my face so you cannot see my scowl.
She still looks pretty proud. She's like, scowl means nothing to
Oh,
me.
Davia, don't be dramatic. You're always scowling.
Maybe we can turn that SCO.
Good lord.
Give her a moment.
Hang on a minute. Scowl. Let me write this down because it's.
Has my identify spell
Yeah, I was gonna
finished?
say.
Your detect magic
Yes.
returns a very similar result
Yes.
to what Davio found.
Oh.
There are two distinct schools of magic, abjuration and divination, and then there seems to be like weird fracturing and artifacting between the two schools of magic. That's just creating like it's almost like a corruption in data. There seems to be just other schools of magic popping in that make no sense being there. With identify, you
Aisha's identification, thank you very much.
roll up a new character. I'm done.
No!
He's gonna roll up another wizard with even worse spells. Like,
It's gonna be like
5 times the length this
gonna be-
time.
Gregory's gigantic. Yeah.
At least this one has the name of the spell in the name. The other one's
Gregory's
Possessed
finding.
rat gets you.
Gregory's figuring
Done.
out what the fuck this is spell.
New spell. What this?
Or just esoteric spell names like, what is this? For identifying.
With identifier, you find out that the abjuration and the divination work in conjunction to basically keep a running tally of anyone who enters, and if they were like disguised by illusions or like any sort of magical disguise or the like. And then at a later date can be accessed to, like, you can read the contents of the spell, like what it's
like a log.
yeah, it's like a log.
Yeah.
It's like trapped within a specific stone embedded into each of the door frames, and yeah, the log can then be read, and you can essentially just see who came in and out.
Do I know the means to access it? Like, can
roll
I-
in Arcana check. Roll in Arcana check.
Can I assist?
Yeah, you can assist. You can do it with advantage.
Thank you. 18.
18. You do know how to access it, but the means of access is a specific passphrase.
A passphrase. Interesting. Well, it does seem to be a form of security here.
And then, yeah, with your identifier, the other schools of magic still continue to make very little sense. Why there's like illusion, transmutation present.
I mean, potentially I could attempt to destroy it, and therefore destroy the records that are inside.
Physical security, I could help with that.
It's like a gemstone embedded into like.
Yeah, it is a physical object containing the arcane.
That's exciting.
Is it? So it's a physical gemstone embedded in a doorway?
And door frame. Yeah.
Door frame.
Yeah, because the doors don't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them around the lower story of the house.
And at that point, is it even worse going through all of them
Well,
rather than damaging them further?
yeah, I mean, I don't think we can access it unless we had a passphrase, which I imagine will not be password 1, 2, 3 with a man like that.
Well, we could go read his diary.
If he is the sort of man that writes his password down in his diary, then I am going to have completely misunderstood him. But you can go check if you like.
Alright, and I just run straight to his room.
In that time, can I start casting mending on the doorframe to try to make it look like someone hasn't barged in?
Well, we didn't barge in, we opened the door.
Opened it a little bit too
I don't know
well.
what you're talking about.
Anything that you guys are doing, and then we'll just go around as the party splits up once. Just in the house.
We're in the house.
Yeah, we're in the house together.
I thought it was a huge house.
Now, despite the fact that Yvonne was like, I don't like you guys stealing from like people innocently and stuff, she's going
Is
to
there anything to steal?
she is going to snoop around the place.
Yeah.
She's going to be like,
It's not stealing. You don't take it.
Hey, we have to ask about it first. I remember that part. You were like, we
I
can
was-
discuss.
I was also absolutely about to snoop around.
can we do that together?
Tag team.
Chill out and be like,
Okay, so the
No,
two of you.
you're the one who set up rules. I tried to avoid you.
Okay, so you're splitting up and
Once the door thing is fixed, I'm going to go take a little cat nap upstairs.
Hee hee.
Yeah.
and then
For 4
Davio and Aligata, are you doing anything in the house specifically?
Tag on Uvelda.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the results of if the password's in the diary. So
That would be fun.
So in which case we'll start with you're just taking cat nap.
It's
We'll start with-
It's gonna be me
Ah.
bringing the book down. Like, alright, so entry number 1.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, no.
Daily reminder, the password for the door is this. It's on every single entry.
Can you imagine?
Must have missed it last time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, question mark, exclamation.
I love
Yeah, you head up to the
chassis XOX. Oh my God.
you head up to the main bedroom where you can see once again at the desk facing out onto the like backyard essentially. There's a diary on the desk with logs.
I just look at the book and I look at my is my entry still the most recent entry in the?
Yep.
Okay. So I just kind of look at the book, and then I blow into my pendant so a little bit of the air comes out. I'm just like, if you reckon there's something good in there, can you just quickly turn the pages so that the page that the thing is on is just open? Because otherwise it might take me a little while. And if you want me to do that, that's also okay, but, like, it could go a bit quicker. We could help, you know?
Roll a d100.
Which one's gonna
real
do
one.
it first? It's gonna be this sharp dice first. Here we go. It's a 3.
oh shit!
You called that
Holy shit!
That was awesome. You're like 3 alone, be like, alright.
You'd be a great cleric. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, I got those dice.
Some people go through campaigns without ever doing
I
that.
know.
There's just a gentle draft coming through the back of the window, the kind of gust just picks up ever so slightly as the pages start to turn. That's the word I'm looking for. Pages start to turn. My brain is
You're okay.
amazing today. Yeah, the pages start to turn forward, so like you're going to the left until you come to the final page, which you hadn't necessarily looked at previously because you'd only looked up to the most recent entry and then wrote yours in. There is as the pages continue to flutter, most of them are empty, but then right on the final page there's a very similarly structured log matching the previous entries, but this one speaks of more. It's written in a very analytical, but like an idealized analytical tone, very much with like a scientific rigor to it, similar to how Davio speaks, but obviously with the vernacular and the mannerisms of Lind. He writes about how he will pay back the gifts that he has been given back to the universe once he has cured himself, once this malady is purged. But about halfway through the text, there's like a big splotch of ink across about like the lower third of the page, and that's where the text comes off.
How do you like erase ink though? I know how to like erase pencils, but I don't know how to erase ink. Am I meant to be able to understand what it says from in here? And like, if I just look on the other side of the page, it's like...
That's so true.
Okay, well, I'll return the book real soon, Room. Don't worry about it. I'm not stealing it this time. I'm not stealing anything, like I've never stolen anything in this house. I've never done that.
And I just kind of like ever so gently pick up the book and like waddle my way back downstairs.
Not stealing until you leave the premises.
Yeah. And I just walk straight down to like where the door frame is, and I just start like reading it word for word.
Roll an investigation check.
I don't remember which one I rolled last time. Oh, well, it's a 5.
This is a very thick journal. It goes back several years. An entry per page for like the last few years. This is very densely packed with information, and it very quickly becomes overwhelming. It starts out pretty neutral tone, but it continues to become very dreary and depressing.
Because I was just gonna read the final page, but if that's...
Oh yeah, okay. If you're reading the final page,
Yeah.
As I said, it's like I give you the high-level outline of what it says, and then they go around about the lower third mark and just stops.
Ink? Maybe I should write like past phrase, past phrase.
I like do it in like with my finger. And then I write a lint in it and just see if anything does.
Unfortunately.
Is it magical? I can't tell that.
Oh.
I'm not that smart, so.
In the meantime, the two of you are raiding the house.
No.
What kind of floors does
Kind of 3 of us, but
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Well, yeah. So yeah, what sort of what's that?
what kind of floors does this house have?
Wooden, and then the rooms are carpeted.
Are they floorboards?
Yeah.
You see your brother kind of go look around if no one's there. He's like, so not gonna steal anything, but you don't mind if I take a little look around, does she? And she's gonna try and make the floorboards go. So it sounds like yes. So it's like, yes, and she's like, well, say no more. She's gonna take a look around.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Anything? Is there anything interesting?
I mean, as I previously described, the lower floors have like guest areas. Thin silver trays with jugs of water on top of them.
She is like drinking the water, testing out the beds. Like if there's something cool, she's like picking it up and looking at it. So Thomas isn't there to like stalk it every second.
If you're not, yeah, you're welcome to just roam the house and test stuff out. If you're looking for anything specific, let me know though.
I mean, if there's anything that I might have missed in my last raid of the house, potentially I'm looking for that. However,
Roll an investigation check.
since you made it pretty, I'll pick that up in a second. Since you made it pretty clear
You guys
that
didn't drop in stuff today.
Yeah.
Here's your crown. You drop this king.
there's potentially a chance I can roll again, right? That's a 3.
Oh, nice.
It's a -2.
Unfortunately, no. With the exhaustion setting in from the day and having already searched the place, you don't find anything new per se.
She's gonna find a bed in the guest room, take her armored boots off and go, "Ooh, well, no one will notice." She's gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
You know, Yvelda, before you fall asleep on me,
Huh? What?
I've just been following you around.
Oh.
I hope you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
I was very intrigued by that thing you said earlier about having some experience in craftsmanship, as it were.
Oh yeah. When I was Well, I grew up, my family owned a blacksmith. We called ourselves Below-Cash Industries. Not an industry, but just a one store.
Yes, you did mention. I'd be very interested in exchanging notes with you at some stage.
Yeah. I've also got experience doing dwarven stuff because I used to also spend some time with a dwarven clan. My time as an adventurer.
Dwarven works. Found it's rather crude. Understand the desires of the Yor, I suppose. You just make what they feel like.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a bit great. It's a bit interesting. They even made my arm out of it too. You can see it's got a very distinct dwarven design to it. I didn't know you worked in the forge too.
I dabble.
Well, yeah, if you're interested, I'm happy to share information on the craft and the work.
Perhaps when we have an idle moment, not under immediate threat of possession or death. Yes, I think it would be quite nice to take the time.
Yeah, that'd be great. I wouldn't mind that actually. Don't think you and I have had a proper discussion yet. So it'd be nice to talk about something that, you know, we're both
Common interests, as it were.
Yeah.
I figured likewise. I'll pass up an opportunity to learn something new.
What kind of crafting do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
Bits and bobs. I mostly just entertain the notion of whatever I'm working with. I see it, it wants to be something, and I just nudge it along that path. Help it become what it wants to be all along.
Oh, I see. It'd be interesting to talk about this. Maybe after all this is over, I will make note to talk about it. And like you said, we can share notes together, work on something together.
That would be delightful.
I'll pull out my small hammer, or my soft hammer, whatever it's called.
With soft hammer, you got a rubber mallet.
Yeah, it's just an inflatable for me.
It's just a Bunnings hammer.
Light hammer, that's what it's called. I'll pull out my
Very
light.
light. It's inflatable.
The
Pull out my
inflatable
light
hammer from Baritron.
And I go, I'm thinking about making some additions to this. Maybe even my mace as well. I don't know about my daggers. I've just been carrying them for sentimental purposes. But perhaps we can work on, you know, stuff like that in the forge together.
Oh, maybe. Sounds like a lot of fun. Anyway, I'll leave you to your rest.
Thank you very much, Aragala. What are you gonna do while waiting for the time to pass?
I don't rightly know. Mostly just look after Davio, I think. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So stressed out all the time.
I wish he didn't need to feel so stressed out. I mean, we're here for him. There's nothing that can go wrong when the team's with him. Surely.
You've convinced everyone but the man himself.
He'll come around. He seems like someone who really needs a friend, and even if he doesn't seem super happy at the moment, I think he's gonna come around when he realizes that we're here for him.
We can only hope. Anyway, sleep well, your elder.
Thank you. You take care.
I know no other way.
As soon as she goes to pop lie on the bed, she's out.
Okay. Nathaniel, I almost said Thierry.
Campaign 2 3.
Yes, Nathaniel, what are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm just going around talking to myself, like, what kind of freak are you, mate? See if you have some secrets lying around. That you fucked yourself up so much you're barely here. And just snooping around the rooms and trying to learn about Lint, but also looking for probably money and expensive things and...
There's like silverware around, like silver platters.
Those
Cutlery.
home meals are about to look so good.
What you learn is, as previously described, very specific. Everything has a very specific arrangement. He had like a crippling OCD. Everything is symmetric, and anything that isn't symmetric probably looks like it was moved there by someone else. There's like a very careful attention to detail. The house seems like it was a very specific construction with and almost like very close attention to detail, as I said. There doesn't seem to be everything in this house that remains sentimental even has like a very specific, like rigid, strict vibe to it. The family portrait in the music room, everyone's very like rigidly postured. There's not much warmth here, and the warmth that does exist just has a hint of rigidity to it. Yeah. If the house weren't so extravagant, it might as well just be a prison cell.
Yeah, I will also try to have a long rest, but I'll try to time the resting point with other elves so that someone's awake at all times.
Davio, you're waiting on Avra, who will eventually finish up in
Well, if you're at the door frame and you've seen Avra walk down the door frame just...
Is the diary glowing magically?
No.
Did you find anything?
Apparently this page is important, but I can't seem to work it out.
Looking over the page, I don't see anything like confidential there, like that shouldn't be there, right?
No. It's very much, again, a utilitarian writing tone.
Then, in that case, I'm gonna see if I can, like... I don't know how good I am at this. I'm gonna see if I can, like, pick up on any codes that it might be written in code.
Sure. Roll me a investigation check.
I can support you morally.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
17.
There doesn't seem to be any code in this journal. Everything seems to be at face value.
Yep.
There are things that perhaps like Avra noticed but didn't really like fully understand because it's just not her specialty. There's like each day alongside the description of what he sees outside the window, there's also just like a general like scribble of his vitals for that day. He was tracking his health, tracking specific.
Getting worse and worse?
They are, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But you will notice that every so often there's a like spike in his like health, and then it plateaus again, like lowering, and then there's a spike and then it lowers.
Any pattern in when those days happen? Like, is it once every 2 weeks, or is it like sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's 2 weeks, or whatever?
There's not specifically like a hugely noticeable pattern, but there is more so every time there is a spike in his vitals, his depressed tone in his journal entries recedes, and then it comes back over time.
Gotcha.
And it's worse than before.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the closest thing that you can ascertain is that roughly once every week or so, but then sometimes it breaks that mold completely, and then it doesn't happen for like a month.
Yeah. When was the most recent entry, other than the one that's clearly child handwriting?
The entry that would be there before that would be 3 days before the explosion.
3 days before the explosion. And were they daily entries other than that?
Daily entries.
So daily
going back
entries, and then they
years.
stop 3 days before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would there be a gold cost for the silverware or just generic?
From what you can scrounge up, maybe like 6 gold worth of silverware.
We're stealing forks?
Forks, platters.
Gotcha.
Anything not nailed down.
Including nails.
Including those.
If they're not nailed. If there hasn't been a hammer that's hit this nail, it's mine.
You can't put a nail to the ground with a second nail. You take the nails first and then whatever the nail was holding down.
Yeah.
Just take the house.
Yeah.
down.
So the most recent entry that isn't Avera's is the one that was 3 days after the explosion.
As anticipated, it seems like there is nothing to do with Papa's code in here.
But why
It's just the
is there
ramblings of a madman.
why is there ink on this page then?
He
Can you
possibly
erase
spilled. I cannot erase ink.
Why not?
If it were on my book, I could, because it is a magical book. This is not a magical book.
Then can we make it one?
No.
And then if it's a magical, then we can take it away.
No, we cannot. You should probably put it back. And you probably shouldn't have written it.
Why?
Well, why did you do that?
Because I felt like that he just needed some life into it.
What he needs is not our concern. He is trying to essentially kill me.
I didn't know that before this. I did write that before all that happened, so
Rip out the page.
why? It's not your
I
book.
just
You can't
told
tell me that I can take it or rip it out or whatever.
It is not your book, and you. Oh yeah, do you mind? It is not your book, and you are the one who hurt it in the first place. He may not be happy if he comes back and finds that his book has been messed with.
Where's the charger for the battery?
I haven't plugged a charger in, so it will just be in Thea's bag.
I
Is it in the
hear
bag? Back there.
What?
I hear your concern. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna do what you tell me to. The ink's important, I'm telling you.
It potentially is. He possibly did write down something he shouldn't have and cover it in ink. It is no use us trying to figure out what it was, because we cannot figure out. There is a reason he would have done it like that.
What can you use to see through ink?
Nothing.
Are you just shooting me down because you don't like me? Or like, do you genuinely not know?
It's more like a
I
As a smart person, I believe you know a lot of things, so...
I have not said that I do not like you.
Do you reckon if I hold it up to the fireplace, it would, like... You know when, like, people write in, like, lemon juice and things like that? And, like, you hold a light under it and then you can read it? Do you reckon there's something similar that you could use for ink?
If he were to have put sufficient pressure onto the page, and if when he were to cover it, he simply poured ink onto it, then perhaps there would be an indent.
Okay. So would I be able to read it if, like, I ran my hand over the other side of the page?
You would have to be remarkably perceptive, but possibly. Are you?
We won't know until we try.
Give it a shot.
I'd like to run my hand with
Roll
the
perception.
inches. Okay.
Or if you prefer, maybe a sleight of hand.
Oh, I think that's worse. Yep. Oh, they're the same. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Olivia, I hate being mean to your character.
Good.
I'm getting so
Oh, that
sad
doesn't
doing
count.
it.
Just keep being awful, it's fine.
It's alright. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Give me a D100 roll again. I did okay with that
Yeah.
one.
You'll roll a 10 on that as well.
Theoretically, you
and everyone will
did
be like,
terribly, but
No.
With a 10, you can make out some words, not everything. There's definitely an imprint here, which has been covered up with ink, but you can't make out the entirety of it. The words you do make out are mistake, and I'm not going to give you these words in any specific order, because you have to do a few passes of them.
Okay.
So I do apologize. You do a few passes to figure out the words that you can. So the words you find are mistake. You find evolution. You find acceleration, and
That's how you spell acceleration.
and the final word that you can make out is progress.
Where do I know that from? Is that in an entry somewhere?
What,
Have I read
progress?
that before? Mistake, evolution, acceleration, progress?
Those specific
Those specific words. I mean, he talks about similar ideas in some of his other journal entries, but not like nothing specifically pertaining to those exact words.
I also use some of those words when I speak. Maybe that's what you're picking out.
I could be thinking of something from not this campaign.
Maybe.
So let's channel back in.
I think you definitely are actually.
Yes, right?
Let's lock in.
Well, did he used to say that quite often? Was there like not a phrase, but like, you know, like a motto? That's what I'm trying to say. Like a motto that you would use when you would work together?
Both he and I did agree that progress was the most important aspect of arcane studies. So, yes, these words were all used by both of us.
Do you reckon there was any words that are missing?
Probably tons. These are very vague words. Could be referring to anything. If I were to predict, he probably was regretting something, wrote his thoughts down, then realized that if somebody saw them, they would tie him back to things he didn't want to be tied back to, and he covered it up.
Meep.
I believe he was probably writing a full entry.
Pamela Anderson.
I'm just trying to see whether it's like, you know, when you have words and you take the letters from the words and then like you make one word out of them, like.
An acronym. What gave you the impression that I did not like you?
I don't know, sometimes when people talk like that to me, it's because they don't like the way that I think. So I guess it was just kind of my instant thought. I don't think you don't like me. It's just what came out, because that's just kind of the response it normally tends to give off when people talk to me that way. But it's okay though. I know you're not the meanest person in the world, because if you were, you'd be doing stuff like Lint does, or like that weird monster thing that took that person's like hair color and like set a place on fire or something.
Well, do not be naive. I did work with Lint. I may indeed be the type of person you are speaking of.
Well, you're quite stubborn in the way that you think sometimes, and you don't like the way that's like not logical approach to things, but like that's just your character, I reckon. You're fine. Do you know if there was like an acronym that you gave projects that you worked on?
We did not dabble in acronyms. They had a numbering system.
A numbering system?
It did not have a patent to it.
Do you wanna try?
I do not know what I would be trying.
Like, I think I missed some, so...
Oh, you want me to see if I can...
It's working together, right?
I take the book and I will now like try to run my fingers along and see if I can pick up any
Or sleight of hand if you prefer.
Okay. Well, not perception.
Sleight of hand?
Perception is terrible, so I'll try sleight of hand.
Alright.
6.
Okay. There are definitely letters imprinted.
I am not blind. I cannot read Braille. I've never understood how people could. It does not make sense. We are not meant to be able to figure out such.
I need a page.
Any page.
A page.
Take my spell book.
And I'm gonna like the page underneath the page of the book, and I'm gonna try and like charcoal.
Detective
Rub
stories,
the-
maybe.
Roll roll a d20 and add your intelligence
Oh,
modifier.
I don't have one of those.
What's that?
Make that a 6.
Well, the DCs for this
Jesus
is quite low
Lord.
because you've already.
What about this time? That was a 10. I could have rolled that one.
You get a few more words out of this. You get phrases that I'll give you. It starts out with the phrases. While some will call this a mistake, an accident, and that's where that phrase cuts off.
This.
I'll let you write that down.
I can't short him.
That's all good.
Yes.
The next phrase that you discover with this charcoal technique is evolution has become stagnant. This will progress it. Keep things above the table challenges.
This will improve it?
Progress it.
This will
Progress it,
progress
thank
it.
you. Yeah. Or. I pick or. It'll land right in there.
And the last phrase that you get out of it is eventually they will thank me for accelerating what had come to a crawl.
As I suspected, it is the ramblings of a man who has done many wrong things.
Yeah, he caused the explosion.
Do you think it's referring to that? I suppose timeline matches up.
That he sent his family away, and he just kind of doesn't seem in the right mind. But I mean, scientists might not always be in the right mind. But I'm not too sure. I'm not one. So I don't know why he'd hide it, because he talks about it a lot.
Because that information right there is an admission of guilt. I am shocked he left that much there. Oddly foolish for a man like him. But as we have discovered, there seems to be no passphrase in there. Therefore, we probably cannot access this information. Therefore, it is best if we destroy it, or at least attempt to.
Thank you.
Who are you thanking?
The door. He said that he will thank me. So maybe what he just needs is a thank you. So I tried. But I don't think it worked.
Where is that? I don't remember people's names. That
Nathalie?
Yes.
Nathalie!
I assume I hear that.
I'm quite loud sometimes.
I will get to wherever you are in a few minutes.
I'll just stand there silently until Nathalie gets here with my arms crossed.
You're right.
Hi!
Hello?
Did you want to help us destroy these gems on the door? Do as much damage as necessary. Let's see if it works.
Yes,
sure.
What are you doing?
You want me to attack?
However you believe you might be able to destroy it.
Right, I will do a... I'll give it a chill touch.
They're very fragile as you cast chill touch on it. Little fractures chop around it, and then the crystal shatters.
Does anything happen once the first shattered?
The little crystal embedded in the door frame shatters, and your identifier comes to a dim.
Well, if you could go around there and there, there and there, and destroy those ones as well.
Do you reckon it'd bring the house down?
Why would it bring the house down?
Well,
You think these are load-bearing gems?
He said...
potentially.
He said
That would be very inefficient, but I suppose.
He said these gems held divination and perpetuation.
Yes.
Perhaps it could be used as to monitor people going about.
That is precisely what they are. They create logs of those who are going in and out. It seems, at least from what I can tell, that it is not something to be necessarily remotely accessed. So odds are he has not yet seen the information of us coming into his house, which is why I would like to destroy them.
Right, I will continue.
You destroy the remaining ones with relative ease.
Well, at least we have done something that makes me slightly more comforted.
That's good.
Well,
You can hold on to this one for a little while.
what is this?
It's my necklace.
It's just in person. That's just how I'm denoting who's got my talisman. So it just is like, it just looks like a little necklace that just has like a leaf on it, and it kind of matches what one Avra's wearing, but it's not a pendant. It just is a leaf.
Why have you handed this to me?
Because I reckon it'd give you good luck.
It is purely a good luck charm. Does it have any actual benefit?
Maybe I can help sometimes.
You all work in mysterious ways. I will not question it right now. If all I have to do is hold on to it.
Mm-hmm. We can be matching.
Great.
Wahoo!
Okay. Well, without further ado, I assume everyone is free to mark off a long rest. And we'll also cut to a break there.
Okay. We will be back very soon. See you then. Bye.
Later, skaters.
for the viewers at home, if you confused Olivia for a Skyrim waypoint, we
I don't know
understand.
what you're talking about.
I think even if you weren't covering it, there's no way the camera can see that from over there.
Hang
Shout
on.
out to
Zoom in. You gotta zoom in, guys, right here.
I don't think they can. Maybe they can make it up.
Zoom in and out, zoom in and out.
Hang on. Let me go on stream. I'll zoom in.
Well, we pick back up right where we left off. With
Sleeping.
the lot of you having just completed your long rest.
We honk-shooed.
Yeah, you honk-shoot so hard that you have finished a long rest.
Oh, you should be like a clown.
Nithili, can I get you to make a perception check?
What?
Perception check from
I
Nithili.
took around.
9.
Can't tell. It just kind of looks like a diamond.
Yeah. You wake up without any sort of interruption to your rest.
Oh my god, my brains.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Dreams, poggers.
Where's your dreams gone? How are you meant to write in your dream
He stole
journal?
them when he was in my mind.
Damn it, Linus.
Now he's getting random.
He like messages you
fell
like,
in
why
my
the fuck am I getting this?
He was like, God, how do you live in this fucking brain? Jesus Christ.
Got a dream about this. What did you mean?
You do all have hear the soft pitter-patter of footsteps, as yeah, you can just hear like a little kid humming to himself.
He's back.
I get up,
He's back.
put my
Also-
boots back on, I yawn, I stretch, you hear this massive crack as her fucking spine just
Yeah. Worth noting that not everyone will be waking up at the same time.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah. Yeah, so I would have spent the rest of the night just whittling away at my little thing, using mending and shillelagh to make sure that it gets into the right shape. Do you want me to make a crafting check?
when you finish the. So I've got allocated time when you finish, you make the roll. Yeah, you just.
Good morning!
Why are you here?
There he is! That's the little boy I was
Yeah,
talking
as
about.
previously described.
I'm hiding somewhere. I'm not inside.
Okay, make a stealth check.
I'm a
Oh,
cat in the
God.
music room.
6 with disadvantage.
Yeah, they're just.
I'm wearing big chunky armor.
Why are you back in the house, and why is he hiding in a suit of armor behind that suit of armor?
Investigation. We're doing a bit of investigating.
By sleeping in the bed?
Yeah, we investigated the beds to see if they were good quality. They're alright.
I would have been down by the door frame, so I don't know how he just kind of like walked in like.
He came to me specifically.
Yeah, that's fun.
Passive stealth moment.
Okay, this isn't a tavern.
Do you want us to pay?
No, just
I'm looking around at everyone shocked that no one's tackled this guy yet.
Dr. Lin will be here shortly and we're waiting for him.
Is he really?
Oh wait, isn't he gonna come over to us?
I don't know.
Or
Was that part of the plan?
was
I
it?
believe your magic's worn off by now. He's
I reckon so.
certainly up to his old tricks.
So now that you've slept, you can go. And just gestures to the door.
Not without meeting Dr. Winslow.
I don't know where he is.
We're expecting him quite soon.
Okay.
You're the housekeeper, aren't you?
Uh huh.
Ah, you'd best make sure everything's nice and tidy for Master of the House to get home.
So
Hate to get yourself in trouble.
bolts out, starts to arrange shit.
Was that the kid talking about using as bait or something?
Why has nobody grabbed him yet?
You can do it!
Touching anybody that is not us is a risk.
Well, do not do it with your bare skin.
It's time for you to prove your strength.
I do not have much strength. I am a scholar. You, however, do.
I do, you're right.
Go and grab him. This is your plan.
What? Well, now hang on a minute. We gotta wait for Dr. Lin to come up, and then we tackle the kid, and then the kid gets Dr. Lin inside him, and then we. Whoa!
Whoa!
We do not want to be.
He's a minor.
We
Devin.
do not want to be
myself.
waiting on that plan until he arrives. When he arrives, we are already in danger. You should have him in tow already.
You're right.
Stop trying to think. Let me do the thinking. You do the grabbing of the child.
Right. Is anyone opposed to me grabbing the child?
Do
The
you
cameras go out.
Do you reckon we could bargain with them first? Like, can we hire you out for the week?
Was
You're
it?
right. Alright.
Did I misunderstand the plan? This is I asked what we were doing here, and you said we came here for him to use him as a hostage.
You are right. Alright. I've just woken up. I've got to get back into my mode, my scene. Right. Thomas, I've got a proposition.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to come with us for a limited amount of time. To
Well-
help with our Dr. Lin experiments.
We'll pay you.
I don't want your money. I just want you to leave.
Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna come with us. We're gonna go on a little adventure. The house will be fine.
No.
But what if your friend's in danger? And I point to Dario. He's in danger.
I'm in a full suit of armor. it's just an armored person.
He's in danger, and he needs your help.
I am a butler. I can't help.
Shaka Shan, I'm casting Davio's whisper at you. Grab the fucking child. Stop talking.
Sorry, not to be stupid, but would I be aware that he casted a spell on me? As in, like, I'm just curious.
How familiar would she be with message?
Yeah.
You have a message spell. Have you
I do not. Because I'm just wondering, if someone casts a spell on you and you're not
Yeah,
aware of
but,
that,
like, would she
can you
know
be
that
aware of
that's
the
what it
fact that
was?
someone has casted it on you? Or can
You just hear. Well, okay.
It's kind of like a whisper in your ear, but I'm further away.
Yeah.
Alright, fine, I'll grab him. And I go and I grab the kid.
Okay, make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Eh?
Athletics or acrobatics check.
Eh?
He sounds just like a bottle tank.
Ah? No.
Yippee! Alright, that's a 4.
Okay.
In brackets, in tears. Yippee.
She's crying, she's like, yippee!
Yippee.
You go to lunge at him, and he just kind of like hops through your hands as you're not expecting to, like, for him to like try to dodge, and he just starts running
Where?
towards the back exit.
I will cast a message
Just
at
multiple
the
exits.
kid while also.
You're casting what?
A message at the kid while trying to stay out of sight.
Huh?
If you leave this house, bad things will happen. The world.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm so sorry.
I can't
Stage
do this
whisper.
voice loud. If you leave this house, bad things will happen.
Roll an intimidation check.
The world will crumble around you like the city already has. That is, I rolled a 6, but hang on. That is a 13.
Damn.
Just goes, get away from me! Get away! And he just keeps running.
Can I face step next to him, and he'll have to make a wisdom save.
Okay. That's a 17.
Damn, he's past it. I was just gonna try and use the like to charm, but just like get next to him. It's like stop running this, and I'm like, where are we running to?
Away!
Listen to me, kid. It's just all part of the plan. You're needed. Listen.
We're genuinely not.
10-year-old.
We're genuinely not trying to hurt you or
Davio is
anything.
fuming right now.
We just don't want you to get hurt.
Roll a persuasion check.
Just watching this all through his window, just like, yes.
Oh my god. Hang on. It's a 14.
Okay.
I have a good persuasion check thing, but it might not be as good as that roll.
If it doesn't work, there's one thing I want to try that's funny but not character.
Killing the kid.
Throwing a light hammer full force.
We'll force him to come with us.
Your words fall on deaf ears. He just keeps your fucking.
You failed it now!
I've
I-
heard. Oh,
Sorry,
no, you
really
go.
good.
Oh, okay. I've heard Lint's voice in my mind, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and okay. I'm going to minor illusion upstairs. Lint's voice screaming, "Thomas!"
Okay. Roll a performance check
If
to
that doesn't work,
recreate
I've got an
his
idea.
manner.
That's when I'll stop and I'll point at you.
I am going to get like a running start. I do that because it's really ready to run, and I'm going
That's
to
a
run and
16.
full force tackle this child.
Okay.
Where's bro? Where's little bro?
I don't know if I feel like this is a terrible idea.
Kidnapping a child.
Football tackling child.
I'll be right.
You have to say kidnapping if it's a child.
It's just napping.
you just have to do you just have to say kidnapping a child? My question.
I think it's worth clarifying.
He just clutches his hair and starts like tearing strands up. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. He just keeps fucking bolting. Get out of my head!
This kid's broken.
I am going to do a little running start and not tackle the child, but I want to try and scoop him up, like he's in danger, like a child in danger. He's like, whoosh.
Okay, rolling on the athletics or acrobatics check.
It's like it doesn't want me to succeed. That's a 5.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Which of these bitches is working? Why
You
are they-
go to scoop him up, and he just kind of like from some fucking miracle of God trips over on a woodboard and just continues like plummeting and just rolls and keeps running away.
Oh my.
He just
With
starts
8.
rolling on the floor at full speed.
No, he, like,
Minerals.
Fuck it, it's a lost cause at this point.
at this point, he's like out the door.
Well, there is one possible advantage if you wanted to lure him. At least Maximilian likely knows that we are in his residence.
Yes.
So, how about we set up, and if anybody, even the child, walks through the door, they are instantly incinerated.
Eh? Oh, incinerated.
Well, whatever method of killing you prefer.
Killing? Well,
Lint is coming for us, and we do not know what body he will be in.
It's unlikely that anyone other than Lint will come in here.
fair enough.
50-50, it's either Lint or the small child. And honestly, I'm willing to take those odds.
What do you think, Mineral? And they kind of like
And
rub.
if the child,
Also willing to take those odds.
if the child was to go
Mind.
back to Lint and warn him about this, Lint very well might control the child and bring them back here.
What do you think, Mineral? And I rub my the gyroscope cautiously, kind of like. What do you think's the best course of action?
You just hear one solitary word. Protect.
One word.
Protect. Protect, huh?
Yeah, it's like a weird like rumbling coming from
It feels like a robot.
from
Protect. Well, the mission is protect, and I'm going to protect you. So I'm going to trust you because I feel like this is your fight. Your instincts are better at this than I am. Fine.
Finally,
Whoever
a sensible thing.
if anyone comes through the door, and they must be from Dr. Lin, and they have to be incarcerated immediately. That's what you said, right? Incarcerated
Close enough.
or killed.
Follow the kid.
What happens if they teleport and then they don't come through the
Keep an eye on
doors?
him.
So
It's
does that
very
mean it's like null and void? Or like
Maybe there are. Oh, that's true. What do we do then?
Please use some common sense. If anyone is to come towards us at all, they must be an enemy.
Alright.
We do know that Lint in particular has an unusual gait. Walks oddly when he has someone possessed.
I do not know if we will be able to pick that up in time for him to start attacking us. I would rather the risk of somebody who is coming into this house uninvited being hurt than us being hurt. if someone is to come to this house, they are either lent or likely some sort of robber, seeing the fact that there are 2 open doors, and I have no sympathy for such people.
Fair enough.
I think that's appropriate, but what manner of traps could we set up?
Well, I will stand here and I will fire magic at whoever enters. I do not know how all of you work in combat, but whatever you find most effective. He is not to be underestimated.
I'll pull out my light hammer at the ready.
Can I drink my potion of possibility?
Okay.
Ooh.
Your what?
You also have one.
campaign I've had it in this.
I didn't remember you getting one of them. When did we get one of them?
When we spoke to the guy who was hired to give us away, but we, I think, convinced them to give the people who were supposed to give it away to us. That was the sentence, right?
Mhm.
I think he helped us somehow by giving us the potion.
Fair enough. Okay.
You tracking the kid, following him. You find he finally stops running about 15-20 minutes out. In just like just a public park. He like dives into a bush and just hyperventilates there.
Not interacting, I'm just watching.
As for the remainder of
Standing at a position where I can see the door, but I'm also behind cover. Got my spell book at the ready, and people I don't recognize come through.
Do you have your back against the wall?
I don't like my back being against the wall. It's like if there's like a wall here and there's cover here, I just want to be like in front of the cover, but have some space behind me in case I need to run.
what are the rest of you doing?
Get my mace and my light hammer out the ready and kind of just keep going.
I like. Is this stairwell like inside of the entrance?
Yeah, it's like a twin staircase that goes up.
I might go up or like somewhere that's still inside but far from doors and windows.
I sit cross-legged on a dresser, my goggles on, and start humming to myself.
Well, I'm not good at many things, but sometimes I can see things when they come, so maybe I should go sit in front of the window and keep watch. I'm very loud, so you should be able to hear me when I tell you if people are coming or not. If that works.
Not the worst idea.
Having someone in watch would be good. I terrible at spotting things, so anyone else
Okay.
can go down it.
Well, I think I know just the window. And I'd like to go up to his bedroom and sitting with the the book's been replaced. And I just write in a new entry. I don't have anything specific that I want to say in it this time. I just I do what, now that I know that he does his health, I do my health report.
Good. Like he's got like specific vitals.
Eyes 2.
Ears 2. Nose 1.
2 nostrils though.
Keep an eye out as well.
I was just coming to you. Actually. You notice a large procession of people walking in the general direction of Lint's manor.
God, can do an army.
She's coming straight in with it.
What do they look like?
They look like people from all walks of life. You can see that A lot of them, some of them, their faces are white as a sheet. Some of them have tears streaming down their face. Some are trembling. You can see that the procession is almost single file, but each person, excluding the one right at the back, has some sort of weapon or some sort of device that would be used to harm others aimed at the person in front of them, just held against them.
Who is the person right at the back?
It's just, from what you can see, just like a tiefling individual, like a man, like jet black hair, non-distinct.
Damn it.
Okay. I'll just follow them.
The only person who isn't showing any signs of like stress or nervousness is Latin tiefling.
I'll follow them then. Just on rooftops.
You join the rage if you got in front of the back.
Casting protection from me really good on myself as I go.
As a cat.
Hmm?
As a cat.
I might have to uncat and cast it in cat.
Who's keeping watch? You're keeping watch, right?
Yeah.
Make a. Actually, you don't even need to roll for this. This is mental.
Just a lot of people.
Sorry, you do notice that yes, eventually you can see that a group of maybe 50 to 60 individuals, single file, weapons held to the person in front of them, except for the person at the back.
So what does the person at the front look like?
The person at the front is again just like an indistinct person, say like half elven.
Oh, because they don't have a weapon held to them.
No, they do. The person at the front does have. The person at the back doesn't. The person at the back is leading behind.
Oh.
It's like the astronaut meme, but there's 60 of them.
Oh, I see. I see.
So it's all in. Always has been.
Oh, everybody, it's time. I think there's like 50 to 60 people performing some sort of conga line, but they've got weapons, and they seem to be aiming them at the person in front of them. It's kind of like a meat shield kind of thing, maybe.
You're gonna say meat cute.
A curious tradition.
It's very interesting. Does that happen often?
Does that happen often?
I don't.
Just in case.
A lot of us are from out of town. We don't fucking know.
I don't think. Can I take a look?
Yeah.
Is there any insight I can gain from this?
Make an insight check.
That is a 12. Yeah.
In a similar theming to what I've said previously, it seems like there's some sort of hostage situation, but a few layers deep. They all have like skin-to-skin contact that they're holding through, and yeah, they're all leveling some kind of weapon or improvised weapon to the person in front of them.
How far are they?
About 100 feet.
Right. She kind of like looks some confusion to like concern. She's like, get back. Just don't stand in front of the door. Just make sure you're like away. This isn't.
Oh, sorry, keep going.
I'm just gonna like stay out of the way. I don't think.
Move away.
I don't think this is
Can I see them through the double doors or whatever? Do the people? I don't remember if you described this. Do the people look distressed?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone but the bloke at the back.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna cast a message to the person furthest at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Do not go any further. Tell me what's going on.
The person furthest at the back.
Yes.
Mr. Tiefling.
You hear back in your mind. Well, I'm just trying to claim what I've worked so hard for. And don't worry, I've made some adaptations.
Is this Lint's voice? Or...
It seems to be Lint's voice superimposed onto someone else's that you don't recognize.
Okay, they are all linked, I'm assuming.
Quite possibly.
It's a limbo void.
Though, most of the people in that line aren't especially happy about the situation. I suspect only the one at the back is.
Yes, I think our theory about him only being able to possess one person is still correct.
That being said, they are all touching, so it's possible that he can jump rather quickly.
That is also true. There is not much we can do about this. This may become a bloodbath.
You're not seriously insisting that we kill everybody here, right?
I would not like to, but they are about to attack us.
There is a back door, but also...
Oh,
Not
now
opposed.
you want to run. I
never
wanted to
against
run a long time ago.
We thought the threat might have been manageable. Is it still manageable? What do you reckon?
I don't believe it was ever manageable.
Optimism. I mean, not now. It's ridiculous. What is that, like 60 people?
When you get a chance, can you flip the camera as well?
I'll do that first. Very good. That's okay now. Yeah, just keep discussing amongst yourselves. It's just a very slow procession as I draw them out on.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a fighter. I don't know about you.
I don't think most of those people are much of fighters. We could take them all out, but obviously that crosses a moral boundary for some people here.
For me, I won't attack anybody but the one behind. Whoever then is possessing the most is the one I'll take on. But I'm not taking on anybody who looks like they don't want to be there, which, mind you, is all of them except for one.
In that case, can I go and hide and have you guys take out that one at the back?
Can you mirror that side?
Specifically wants me.
You can hide, but if Avian comes out, I'm not telling her to hide.
I'm trying to suppress her right now.
Whatever you need to do.
If you want to attack the one at the back, I can do that right now. From here. The problem is I think it will instantly transfer to the one in front of him, and so on.
There's no way to avoid innocent citizens, I think. Not if we take him on like this.
If we want to run, now's the time.
100 feet, right?
Yep, they're about 80 feet now.
80 feet?
The thing is, based on what we know about Lint, if we start to run, he'll do the morally objectionable thing for us. We'll just start killing them. Make us turn around, make us face him. I think those people in that line are dying either way.
Let me know when they're within 30 feet.
Okay. I'll just now that the map's drawn on for the most part, I'll just quickly describe you. So this is kind of like the front foyer area. This is where it exits out. Maybe I can check on a different color. Left then.
Running to sort of like the back doors, is there like a path out the back?
Yeah, that's where the child went.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, is it clear? Like,
So it is. As I said previously, there's like a map. The entire estate is built on a massive garden land, and then there is a back exit. Yes.
Yeah, and there's no one there or anything right now.
No.
Okay.
Hypothetically, guys, if I was to do suggestion, would you guys be okay with that?
It's your character.
I know, but
yeah.
don't know how it's gonna work out. May not work out.
Okay, so
but
yeah,
I wanna
just
try
describe it.
anyway.
So this is like the main pathway. This is the front porch area. This is the main living hall area. The staircases. I should probably draw them on.
It'd be funny if we did like 30 sessions of this campaign, and Lynn continued to continuously come for us, and we kept casting suggestions. Like every episode, we keep getting
80 episodes in, we finally just like, let's just power word kill.
Yeah, it's just
I'm finally sick of the bullshit. Pulls out a block.
Dr. Link's blasting up again.
So those blues are where the staircases lie going upwards.
Gotcha.
Right. So if I can get you guys to position yourself on the field, even if we do not go into combat.
Well, I'm on the second floor.
I don't want to go there, but I want to go
I'm
more
off
at
the
the
map.
front.
I need to yell and be like, So what do you want me to do? Do I need to stay upstairs any longer, or like,
I'm on a roof
what's the
across the road.
plan?
Also on the second floor. I don't know why.
I'm standing near the back door. In
Let
case
me
we
know,
run.
like,
Let me try
once the
something.
procession has
Yeah.
reached the
Let me
point
try
where,
something. I've got
like,
something.
most of
If
them
it
are
doesn't work out,
like inside the grounds, but the guy at the back is still there.
the Yogoda
Because
is
I'm gonna
visibly
start
distressed.
chucking
She's having
magic
more
stones.
panic in her
I'm
head.
kind of like bunked behind a roof, just like magic stone shillelagh.
So just to clarify, Aligala, you've locked in your position. Sharks, you've locked in your position. Where do you want to be?
More at the front. I'd be standing
Here?
guard by the door.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Avra, where are you?
I was on the second floor at this point in
Okay,
time.
so we'll just chuck your... You don't have... Do you have any? Just chuck yours next to Davio. Oh, that works too, yeah, sure.
I forgot my mini, but I was near the stairwell.
Near the stairwell? Yep. Top or bottom of the stairwell?
Top.
Okay, so just... Can someone chuck, like, that D4 in the middle of the two staircases and we'll just say that they're on the second floor?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell him to like fuck off for another 8 hours though. There's something I want to try. But
Go for it.
may not.
Okay.
Stop. Collaborate.
Hey, ooh, let me get my vanilla ice cream. Yo, vanilla ice. I got 2 because I wanted 500 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Right, so I'm just gonna... How this is gonna start off, until we go into a more specific type initiative, is you guys will all take your turn, and then they will take... Do that thing. So you can negotiate in however you want. So currently 70 feet, 60 feet, 50 feet. Do you want the back guy to be 30 feet of you? Or any of them?
Well, since the range is 30 feet, I'm assuming he would have to be 30 feet.
Yeah, the back guy, okay. So, yeah. So I'm just telling you where the front of the procession is. So...
How long is the procession? 60 feet?
I mean, it's single file.
It's a bit... We'll say it's a bit more cramped. We'll just say, like, there's 2 people crammed into, like, a space.
Space.
Yeah.
So 50 people could be working.
100 odd.
25 times
Like-
probably 125 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
How long is this fucking driveway?
Yeah,
If that's
so-
the case, wouldn't the front people would be at us before
Well
the back person's
before.
within
Yeah.
within
Like
Within
100
range.
feet almost, actually.
yeah.
We'll just start hucking stones at him from now, actually.
Okay.
Like once the front person is on the map, I'll start
Yeah.
hucking
That's what I'm
stones at
gonna
old
do.
mate.
I'm just gonna...
Just like put the beanbag like
Yeah, just
open, speak, and just scrape them all around as we go.
I'm not going to use this to symbolize every individual person, but what I'm going to do more so is I'm going to say that each of these stones represents about 2 or 3 people. God dang it, on the back. So the colors don't really matter for this one. So
yeah. Oh, I'm hucking the old stones then.
okay. Sweet. What happened now? So you're hucking a stone at the guy at the back?
Maic stone, yeah.
Yep, cool. Go for it.
That was a 13 to hit.
Unfortunately misses.
Cool.
Just going slightly wide as you...
I duck behind the roof.
okay. So we'll look side.
I want to try and get closer so I can get in that 30-foot range.
Sorry?
I want to try and get closer to that 30-foot range. Oh, so we were taking turns by that. So
You can take your turns at
it
any
can be your
point.
turn if you
every.
Yeah, anyone can take their turn, except Jacques has just done it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get to about 30 feet of the tiefling. I'm assuming I can deduce that the tiefling is the one.
You're gonna have to go.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going to start walking up quite a bit. So, you happy with this?
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, as you walk past, this guy is going to try and swipe at you.
High five me with this knife. Hell yeah.
It does a 16 hit.
Yes.
Dice.
Nice,
300 damage.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as he gives you this very apologetic look as he tries to attack you with this shard of metal. So 2 points of piercing damage.
Boink.
You keep walking.
Yeah, she'd just be like, sorry mate, you're alright. She just keeps walking.
Okay.
Basically walking through broken glass.
Another
Yeah,
opportunity.
you're right.
5 to hit, that misses.
Oh,
That's within 30 feet now, isn't it?
Yeah, so now it's within 30 feet.
so I kind of just, she stands her ground, kind of puts her feet more into the dirt, and with this voice that sounds almost like like it's coming from the earth, I'm gonna cast suggestion and say, let these people go. Fight us yourself. To the Deciphering.
Okay. What save is that? Is that a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me just clear all the shit out of my dice.
Don't mind that.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I wouldn't mind the moral dilemma, but I'm also like, kind of want a one-on-one.
I think I think what you did.
No
good.
1-on-1 or a 6-on.
Good.
If you're one.
Good way to get
a
around.
17 to save.
17 to save.
Yeah.
That's success.
Meets it beats, yeah.
Alright, does it say?
No, he well beats it. It has a save DC of 17 at the moment.
Hmm?
Do you have a save DC of 17 right now? Let's say.
14.
Yeah, I do actually. That.
Highest you can get this level is 15.
You just kind of
Unless you have a rogue to be honest. Level 3.
you see that one of the individuals in this cluster. Oops, sorry, you are not dead.
No.
Check your ears, I don't know if you're.
Unkillable.
You see that one of the people in this cluster, just this very, there's just this young girl. She kind of calls up to you. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? You're gonna have to fight us.
She says nothing, but her face.
Well, you know, and like the guy that's holding this barely looking like lumberjack dude, or you know that you could just do the right thing and have your friend turn himself over. I mean, there's a lot of guilt on his hands, isn't there?
I was given a mission. And I'm just gonna keep walking. And I'm gonna... Don't know if you want to include this in the turn, but I want to come back.
Yeah, just walk back.
And yeah. She looks sad, almost tearful, and she's like... There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do.
I'm gonna go Shaka-shan to Javier's whisper to you, and go. The main disadvantage of the procession that he's created is the fact that they cannot have speed and keep up this threat level. Therefore, our only option is to run if we are not to kill them all.
I'm like, but I don't understand, but I don't want to hurt anybody else.
Yeah. So, are you doing anything else on your turn?
Nah, that's it for now.
Okay.
I'm still just standing by the door. It's an action to do that anyway.
Can't figure out what to do. I do want to cast mage armor on myself, but... So I
Me
can-
casting mage armor every morning, just sacking like 3 spell slots a day on it.
I don't need mage armor anymore, guys. I'm fully armored. Just saying.
Stealth disadvantage over here.
21 AC right now.
So, yep, so Avra, okay.
Alright, I'll just say, if we're running, we should begin doing that right now. We want to fight, the best way to do that is to break up the line so that it seems like he transfers his consciousness through touch. If we keep isolating the line into smaller segments, there's less and less people he has contact with. Whatever you wish to do, I will follow.
You hear another disparate voice in the crowd call out. You know that some of these people joined because they wanted to, when they were notified that their loved ones had died or become crippled due to the actions that you took, Davio. Will you really deny them justice?
Are we leaving? I am by the back door and ready.
I'm gonna continue sitting nonchalantly on the dresser.
No one's seeing anything. All I know is to break the chain. So, and I'm gonna try and like open the window and like sit out. So I'm just like sitting on the windowsill, and I pull out my sling and I stick out my tongue a little bit, as I'm aiming, I'm gonna go a direct shot on the person at the back. I'm just gonna try and, because I assume he has, or they have a hand connected to the person in front of them.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and aim at the hand so that if it hits, they might like move their hand away.
Okay. Well, since you're at that range, you're at disadvantage as well.
I think I'll just start walking towards
Okay.
Davio.
Okay. So you want to move the D4 towards Davio.
Thank you.
Damn.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah. That hits. Right.
I can also add an extra 2 damage to the target because of my genie thingy, and because I hit with an attack roll. That'll be the thing. So 2 thunder damage plus 5 ka-chow damage, you know?
His grip twitches slightly, but unfortunately holds firm.
Even with the thunder? Alright. Okay.
Okay, well, in which case, yeah, procession will move up. Sweet.
How do cold shots work?
The DC is higher, but if you're going for a specific effect, they can try and save against it based on how much damage you do.
Okay.
So you did 7 damage, so the DC was 17 to keep holding on.
Then I will do this input magic stone with my sling. Just kind of peek over and just. That is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Nice.
6 damage.
Roll again. This time, like now in tune with what you guys are trying to do, considering Avarice tried it, and having had a strength pelted at him earlier, he still just barely maintains that grip. Rolling a 16 exactly.
Cool.
I'll,
I'm ducked behind the roof.
I'll go again. Is it still at disadvantage? Is he still far?
Yeah, he's still far away.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Damn, I wish that was 2 nat 20s.
One off. 20
Yeah,
and 19.
23.
Okay, hits.
Crazy roll.
And it's the same 7 damage,
7
so 2 thunder, 5.
Yeah, still holding on. Still holding on.
Fuck it, I'm running. I'm running out the back door.
I think I'll follow Davio because someone needs to keep an eye on him, otherwise,
He's gonna be a silly boy.
yeah.
Well,
Kind of like look back and then look back at the crowd. And like, if we run, it's just gonna keep going on, isn't it? But
That's exactly what's going to happen.
I don't know. My job was to protect. It's not protecting if you're just running, is it?
the guy at the front. Sorry, just one. The guy at the front of the line just kind of like whispers to you. That's who you're allied with.
Apparently.
The guy who runs away from spells. He will leave other people to clean up his mess.
You know, when you put it that way, it's not a bad argument. I mean, he's not great, but he is kind of making a point. So you still at your rotor.
The source of the explosion was 2 things forced into contact that were never meant to touch. Davio and Davian.
Is that so? Well, that's a discussion that me and him are gonna have a little bit later.
Continue. It's very well.
Alright. What do the rest of you want to do? Do we go? Or do we stay?
Well, we can't very well protect Stavio if he goes running off by himself. We can hardly stop him.
If you start catching up with him, I'll fire one more shot and then I'll be right behind you.
Fine. Right. I guess protection is about being there when for somebody. And I'm gonna just, try and chase after them.
As you go to turn, the guy at the front just calls out. If you take anything away from this conversation, you know that you will always be welcome.
Just getting by. Join the collective.
So she turns around, she's gonna just like dab the guy in the front. I'm like, yes, let's go.
Make a wisdom check.
We're in.
Yeah, take this knife pointed at me. Let's go.
Say no more. Got the hammer ready.
So you start just leaving?
Yeah.
I suppose a bit of mosey on. Hop down off the dresser.
Well, you do not have to roleplay this out or make any rolls for it. You are much faster than they are.
Yeah. They have to have 60 people pushing each other with guns, so that way they can sprint.
I gotta at least make one more roll. That was the plan.
No, you absolutely can. I'm just saying.
See if you roll as
no rolls
obscenely well
until
as you have the
escape.
last 2 times.
It's a little low this time.
Still
14.
Fun?
14.
14 misses, unfortunately. With the cold shot, the DC increases by 5.
Yeah.
So,
Am I still within yelling distance?
to whom?
The crowd.
Yeah, sure. I haven't moved you, but yeah, you definitely.
For a second, there's something else I want to do where she hesitates and turns and goes, promise me you're not gonna hurt them. Like these ones.
Not if they have air.
She's not gonna say anything, she's gonna do it. She's like, what?
We're all running. I don't want to. See?
I have no contact with any of you. I'm on the other side of this
That
line.
is true.
Oh no!
You're just
Throwing
My
rocks.
boy! My son!
well, I don't want to leave sight of these things.
No.
Uh,
No.
Things. They're people.
No, the thing.
these these
Things in
creatures.
waiting.
Other side of the line.
Um,
Outside the property, because I followed them.
yeah, I'm just escaping them, but I don't want to become unaware of where they are. I want to keep track of where they're going.
Well, if you're running away and you're outpacing them, that's going to be difficult to do.
So
You either.
basically, I'm saying I will run away up to some point.
Okay. Okay.
I'm cold shot and hucking a stone.
Sure.
Not with the sling this time, though. That's a 6, so no.
Unfortunately, just no.
And duck behind. Can I? Hide is action.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, in which case, the 5 of you easily outpace. Just comes to you.
I'm still gonna huck stones. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you can make one more shot, and then after that, the entire crowd will have filed into the house. So one last shot.
Oh, he's gonna be so pissed when he finds out I slept in his bed.
Fuck's sake. 2.
Unfortunately, not. No. Now definitely wizened up to your potential perch, dodging and weaving with ease, and the entire procession enters the house.
Cool. Guess I'll just go out wander the city because I don't know where anyone's going.
With that, you are out of the pseudo initiative. You escape into the streets, separated from Jacques.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe we would stoop so low.
Do I think you and I, there's something I need to ask. So, listen, the crowd talked to me. I want to know, right? How are you and Avion in the same body? Because he told me something very interesting.
I was holding on to an item that had a soul inside. My current hypothesis is that that item was destroyed by the explosion and therefore released into my body. I have not had time to test such a hypothesis because we have been in a shitstorm since it happened.
Because it said that you and Enriya are untouched, and that caused the explosion.
That's great that they said that. But that is a man that is also using 60 hostages. I may not be the greatest of people, but even I would not stoop that low.
Oh, I believe. But
It's quite nice for you. It reminds me of her.
being single file hostage.
Oh, yes.
Were you part of it?
Oh, no, not me. The slaves.
I'm tired. I want to go back to bed.
That is a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
So, say this bluntly, was the explosion technically your fault? Because that's what he's making it sound like.
I don't know why it would be my fault. I don't know what caused the explosion. Perhaps he has some evidence that somehow ties it back to me. I sure hope not.
Look, I'm just gonna follow what Mineral says. It says protect, and I'm assuming it means you, but not that I'm like saying this in a mean way, but because I'm getting so much information from so many different people.
I have been blunt with you. I think it is unreasonable if I was not to allow you to be blunt with me.
I don't know who's right or who I'm meant to protect. Because any time Minerals asked me to protect, I've been somewhere where you and him are in the same kind of vicinity, whether it's his house or like, you know, you or something. So I don't know what it means by protect. So I don't know who I'm meant to protect.
I do not know if you need to protect me or who else you may need to protect, because I do not know what exactly is happening with you. What I do know is that he is a crazy madman that I would like to have stopped, but I do not know if it is within our capabilities. I would prefer to flee. If there is one positive to come out of this, it seems as if he was only coming after me. He did not seem to be outwardly aggressive towards others around here.
So during this whole time, I'm gonna keep blindly casting message into the house, trying to reach any of the people that let in. Just being like, hello, what's going on? They're still planning to hang out with 50 people in your mansion. What's the plan, mate? Just trying to reach any of them.
Yo, what's the plan? House party?
You get back responses in a whole bunch of different voices, all relaying the same message. And they basically have come to the effect of like begging you to turn Davio in.
Does anyone know where Jacques is?
But you're right. Where's the boy? We gotta go back. We left the boy.
Retreat.
We gotta go back. We left the boy.
If we need to, I suppose we can.
Oh, Avian, you're here.
Yes.
Are you aware of what's been happening?
Oh, I'm feeling my heart racing. I think we were just in quite a dangerous confrontation. You do not need to fill me in if you do not need to. I can figure it out.
Lint has enslaved himself a Conga line of citizens.
And you really want you or Daniel, but
Slowly making their way after us.
Well, if
Not
Jack
really.
is in trouble, we should go help Jack.
of course, from what I can tell, they're staying in there and want us to turn him in. I don't know if they know where we are now. Perhaps they do and don't know. I don't know. We are outside and near a lot of people, so we are also kind of in danger.
Just make sure my face is covered. Normally I undo my bun, but it is hard to get to it now because I'm wearing a helmet.
What makes you feel more comfortable?
Well, having the bun undone, it makes me feel more comfortable, but I cannot reach it.
I doubt it makes much difference with the helmet on, does it?
No, yes, I suppose that you can just listen to the voice.
Alfred, do you remember where Jacques was?
I don't believe he is in the house with us. Because I think I would remember. So, would I have seen another stone?
Yeah, it's other stones thinking from outside.
I think he was on the other side of the line. Because when I was shooting stones, then there'd be a response stone back at me, and then I'd respond again, and then there would be another one. So I believe that was Jacques. Jacques threw that stone at Dr. Chase at one time and like really did a number on his leg. It was quite impressive. So I believe it's Jacques. So that would mean that he's in the town somewhere.
Perhaps we circle around the block and see if we can see him.
That sounds like a good idea.
It's possible.
You begin making your way around the block. Eventually, Jacques, you do notice from your perch the armored wizard, the red orange haired child, very distinct child.
Like just outside that house.
Just
Because
yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on everyone in the house.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shark. I'm trying to be really quiet, but it was shark.
Just go back to
That's a swear word.
Huh?
That's a swear word.
It's a swear word.
I'm telling on you. You swore.
Go back to child form and just go. Yes.
Found you.
Hello. I
Thank
was
goodness
here
you
the
are
whole
okay.
time. Yeah, they don't really seem to be very interested in me. You know.
Have they just stayed there the whole time?
From what you've noticed in your watch, they've all just kind of, they're just all kind of in like a trance-like state in like a big foyer area, and the tiefling man has disappeared off somewhere.
They seem to be in there somewhere.
Well, it is his house. He perhaps is just now relaxing in his house.
Does not seem like him, but yeah, maybe. You never know.
With 50 other people. Yes.
Man can get lonely.
Are they still pointing guns at each other or crossbows?
No, they're all docile, but as I said, in that like meditative trance.
Perhaps there is a
They're
way.
still all also in contact with each other.
Yeah.
Perhaps there is a way we can start to evacuate people. I mean, it seems they are in this mess because of us. We should take some responsibility.
That's hardly our fault.
Well, it is not our fault, but if we can do some good, we probably should.
They're in contact. They're all in contact with each other, but the tiefling guy is no longer there.
Has the window closed?
The window has closed.
He's been in his room. I wonder if he read my articles in his diary. I guess that's what you'd call it, an article, right? Entry. But like he's like analytical, right? So like if I said it was like a scientific report of the day, would that make sense too? Or like
You're right though. Like, don't want anyone else getting hurt with this. If we can let people know, be pretty good, you know.
It is very difficult. I do not know how we could start to rescue people, but perhaps there is a way. And we could at least get some of them out.
My only worry is, since they are all in contact with each other on the bottom floor, then potentially coming in contact with them would maybe make you affected.
I have an idea.
Let's assume that they are still under his spell. Though Yavelda wasn't affected.
Yavelda also was hit with a weapon, not with one of them. Skin to skin, you know?
What if we were to send another person in a full suit of armor? Do you think he would mistake it for Davio?
Do we have a spare suit of armor?
Oh, we have this one I'm wearing right now.
I suppose so, but I'd rather not leave you vulnerable if at all possible.
Yeah, I would prefer not to, but if I have to give it up to protect 50 to 60 people, that seems like a reasonable reason to.
A more pressing question is anyone strong enough to wear the armor?
I do not know. all of you are weaklings, are you?
I believe I could try.
You would think so, but light armor is the fucking proficiency I've got
Yes.
as a warlock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's strength. It's also strength of 15 required
I
for
have
play.
9. I
But
think,
like,
or 8.
I have 7.
I have
Nine.
5.
what if we
9, 7, 5.
what if we pretend that like you're walking with us and I'm like, oh, Davio said that he'd like to give himself up to protect all the rest of the people. Would they believe that?
I do not know, but I would try it if we needed to. I could do my best impression of Davio, but I do not know what it sounds like.
But not you. You make
No,
like
yes.
like an image or something, or
Right.
like.
Could do so.
I do not think he cares whether it is you or Davio.
I
think
suppose
it is
he just wants their body.
Yeah.
I can construct small images. I don't know the size of the armor. Also, a master wizard probably would see through it anyway.
This is potentially very
He's
risky.
really after your brain more than your body, but.
Yes. Truthfully, I would prefer he did not have that, because that is where I am currently residing. I do not know what that would happen to me if he were to get a hold of his body.
I imagine you'd be trapped inside there, along with Davio, and you'd get to spend some quality time together. And just quietly, I don't think that's for the best.
It is a terrifying thought for many reasons.
3 souls seems like a full house.
Prey is sometimes a crowd, as I have heard, you know?
Perhaps there is a way that he has to erase the souls from their body,
Possibly.
which would be...
That would explain why the ones who are all in the Conga line are so docile now.
They still have their own voices. I tried, talking to them remotely.
Oh yes, it's easy to reproduce a voice when you have access to the voice box.
That's true.
When I was walking through the Conga line, there was a little girl. She sounded pretty normal, and then a big buff guy talked to me too, and he sounded like himself. They just kind of were all talking like Dr. Lin, as in like talking about who I'm really protecting and like giving him in.
Maybe they don't choose.
He said I was welcome as well, by the way. So
Oh, cute. Not really the sort of club you'd want to be joining there.
potentially not.
I am very, very scared of what exactly we could do. it feels as if we should do something, but I keep drawing a blank on exactly how we could get out of this situation.
And if he's in the house,
If we could identify which one is linked at the time and isolate him from the others, but
It seems that Deciphering has left the rest and went somewhere else.
it's ultimately just a matter of how badly we want to solve this problem right now.
the only idea that I can think is if we were to attempt to all go in at once and overwhelm him, figure out which ones he is, and as soon as we figure that one out, we tackle him down. I mean, currently they are a little more clumped up. The figuring out who is going to shoot what when there's a lot of chaos. It is hard to organize a large group of people if that threat of a weapon to the back, it does not work as well when there is a lot going on.
Did I see who closed the window upstairs?
The window was closed by the young girl that talked to.
Is she downstairs now?
Yes.
And have
So
I seen the tiefling?
the only thing that I can think is we all go in at once. We attempt to figure out which one is going for us. I am covered in full body armor. It would be a bit more difficult than walking up and touching me. So we would have to stay somewhat close to me, but while one is going to attempt to remove whatever it is, we try to restrain that person, pull them away. That is all I can think.
Do you think with this, and I hold up my mechanical arm, do you think if they touch this I can get affected?
That
Since
is a good question.
it's technically not my skin. It's whole metal, baby. Clang clang. So,
But you are controlling the fingers, are you not?
oh yeah, you're right.
Are there perhaps? Do you feel pain if you if something gets hit on it?
That
Do
is
you
a-
have nerves in them?
That is a good question. Can she like feel pain in her arm?
It's the pain would better be described as like the reverberations of hitting some, like it doesn't specifically hurt your hand, but the reverberations can cause like phantom pain almost.
Perhaps it is not you then.
Yeah, it's almost like, it's hard to explain if you're like not lost an arm, right? But like it can hurt, but like not real.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I had it when I first lost my arm, and I was like, didn't have my arm, but I could feel like it did. And it always feels kind of like that.
I believe that may not be you, but I do not know how magic works.
Back to your point about how badly we want to do this now.
It's a matter of being thorough with this kind of thing, I think.
Yes, but also we saw in what was it, 10 hours he went from 1 person to 60, like 50, 60. How many people is he going to have tomorrow?
Again, being thorough. I think we need to address all of these people. Sadly enough.
I would prefer to do it now, but I will say, the way he is doing it right now, I doubt he could increase that number too much more. It would get to the point where there would be so great a people that they would easily be able to overwhelm him no matter how powerful he is. I believe if he has gathered 50 to 60 people, that may be the upper end of who he is able to use like this.
But also, after how long will it take for them to start thinking how he does?
Yes,
Then
it
does
is
not
dangerous no matter what to let this fester. What I am saying is a gamble, but if it can save so many people, I think it is worth the try. Perhaps if he is able to take over this body, and I hesitate to say it, but perhaps you should immediately eliminate me. Because if he is to go into this body, I imagine he would not want to leave it. It is his entire goal. He was probably going to try to flee if that is the case. I believe the 5 of you could probably overpower him. Maybe.
Begs the question. What machinations does he have in mind after that?
We do not want to find out.
No, I don't think we do.
His mind was decaying, and he sees Davio's as superior to his, and that's what I could understand when he was in second army. He has goals, but he can't seem to accomplish them with his own thinking somehow. And he thinks he needs a mind that's still intact and still just as great as he used to be.
And I just like push up the thing on the helmet, the face mask on the helmet, and I go, if this is to work, we need to do it with nerves of steel, and we need to do it decisively, and we need to do it now. If there is no outward objections that I have heard, I imagine everyone is on the fence, and if that is the case, somebody should make the decision. I believe we should do this. I believe everyone should stay close.
My job was to protect.
Just a moment, Evian. I think we can do one better. And I'm gonna... Is there any, like, stone buildings nearby?
Yeah, a lot of the buildings nearby are made of stone or wood or similar.
Cool. So I sort of, like, reach out to, like, solid stone sort of pillar. And as my hand sort of touches it, the stone around my hand sort of crumbles, and I grip a handle, and from the pillar I just kind of pull an entire, like, really ornate greatsword and hand it to you.
Oh. Goodness.
Might be more appropriate than your little beating stick. And you did mention you were partial to them.
I did. This is wonderful.
Oh, there was just a very small chance that the masonry would crumble in such a way.
What kind of craft do you know that?
Can I legitimately add that to my thing? Is that part of your character's thing?
It lasts for 2 hours and
Okay.
then, like, collapses. But yes.
So for
You
now,
and I need to talk about the craft afterwards.
Part of my skills is just taking the statistically improbable and bolstering them to become a nice certainty. It wasn't going to happen. I just made it numerous times more likely.
I make big sword sometimes. Right. My
It
job
doesn't
was
have to be a sword.
yes, yes.
My job was to protect. My job was to protect, and this sounds like this is the best way to protect. So I'm with you,
I
Ariana.
have compromised the structural integrity of that building, but don't worry, you got a sword.
That's great.
Yeah, those two people living in that building.
Now that picture of now that picture of Avian is canon, the one with the holding the sword like
To be
that.
fair with you, to be perfectly candid, the massive fucking explosion already has severely impacted the structural integrity of that building.
So,
What's one more?
I had no ethical qualms either way. Yeah, sure.
shall we boogie? Shall we boogie?
Yes. I will lead the charge, but you stay on either side of me or behind me. And everyone keep an eye out for who charges directly at me. There is a difference between those who are going after me out of panic and those who are going after me out of intention. That is what we are looking for, and we are looking to restrain that person as soon as possible and keep them away from others, including yourself. Do not get yourself captured. If you can cover yourself with something, whether it be cloth, whether it be something else that you have on you, please do so now.
Take a big ass cloak out of my backpack that I think I had in the first session. I remember. And kind of like wrap it around myself. And pin it.
Maybe remember.
Can take out some gloves and like a balaclava.
I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good on Avian,
Nice.
and then hang back.
Okay. With preparations in tow to besiege Lint's house, we'll end the session there.
Yeah, I thought so.
Ugh.
It's going to be a tough next session, I think.
Be right.
It's dangerous. Could die. I could die.
No,
I could.
no.
I could.
It's session 5. No one can die until session 6.
No, it was session 3.
No.
We're past the thing. I can die now.
I don't believe you.
I'm free to die.
It's session 106. No one can die until session 100.
Exactly. As it should
just
be.
no-
But yeah, so with that in tow, hopefully we will have a stew task next session.
Yes.
And then you guys can do
Remember that you
cool,
have this.
One of the people.
cool house siege.
I have talisman.
And protection from evil and good.
I have written that down.
I believe I'm giving a,
You were giving a recommendation for a board or video game.
Wow.
and I already have mine. I've had it for a few weeks now. So the game that I am recommending today is called Raven's Watch.
Is it one word or two?
It is one word, Raven's Watch with a capital R. It is a lovely little game, dark fantasy roguelike, where you play a twisted or corrupted fairy tale character and try to survive and gain power to the point of being able to take down the final boss of the world. The cast of characters are very well thought out and the kits are really good. I'll just give you a couple as examples. One is you play Little Red Riding Hood, but she's also a lycanthrope. Another one is you play the Pied Piper, who controls a swarm of rats. There's Aladdin, there's Geppetto, the maker of Pinocchio. A wonderful game, and I believe soon it's getting another major update, so it's just a wonderful time just combining all the little perks and fighting all the monsters. It's very cool, very cool. Raven's Watch.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Thank you everyone for joining us for session number 4. And make sure to follow us on our social media. We are Dice as Rev D&D. All the things are down below, and you can also follow us on Twitch and subscribe to our YouTube channel to know exactly when we are going to be streaming. But otherwise, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.